Uh-oh. Maybe try my new tablet here to read or see how. Hey guys, if you're listening, I can't see any comments yet, but there you are, Lady CG. Hey Scotty. There you are, Lady CG. Hey. Turn that down. Hey Mary H, Hawaii Dreaming. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good Thursday? I got a lot of things done, so I'm happy about that. Hey, Connie, Pauline, and Red, Roswell, Mama Steph. Let's see. Uh-oh. Just trying to do an update on my... I finally got a new laptop, so I'm trying out the laptop. I'm going live on the laptop. I don't know if it will sound different, but it keeps trying to do an update. And Hi, Purple Knights. My daughter's in here listening to TikTok too, or something like that, so... Hey, Lemon Drop and Rue. Save one. Croc Croc. Did you hear that there's a usual U-Haul truck up at the 110 Ben Hill? I heard that. Somebody emailed me and told me that PG was saying that, or somebody was saying that. But I guess, I mean, is that true? Do you guys believe that? Here, let me see if I can make a makeshift table right now, since I'm out in my living room right now instead of like my usual spot. And I'm gonna use boxes. Let's see. Here we go. That'll be a little bit easier, I think. Hey, Candace Hardwick. There you go. So you guys believe this, that there is... Well, you guys remember that post that I showed you in that group where we saw that Candace was supposedly asking for, or putting out her Cashapp? Well, in that group, they had stated with the 5 reasons why you should help Candace, or whatever it was, 5 reasons why... I don't know. Anyways, in those 5 reasons, it stated that Grandis was going to be leaving state for a while. So could it be that? What? If that were true, though, I don't understand why Grandis always leaves, when things get super tough. Right now, Dawn is out of the house, so... Isn't that what she wanted? So we hear? Candace has a new man named Raymond, and she's moving in with him to Wisconsin. She can't give out any more info yet, though. Raymond. Is she allowed to leave? I guess she probably could, huh? She's not on probation or anything, and, they haven't charged her with anything, so I guess she can leave as freely as she'd like. Right, Lisa? She should leave. I think she should figure something out. This could be the best thing to happen to Candace and or Dawn. But makes you wonder, though, like my title says, is this as good as it gets? Like, is that all we're going to get is a sentence for Dawn for 6 months and some probation, which has nothing to do with Summer? Are we ever going to find out where Summer is? Are we ever going to find out what happened to her, the truth? Is this why she's collecting Cashapp money? She can't leave. She needs some CODA meetings. CODA. What's CODA? There are several people saying there's a U-Haul there today. They made Grandis come back. They won't let her get gone. Her ass better run before Dawn gets tired of being locked up alone. Yeah. He's gonna feel like it's not fair, but the thing is, like, you're not getting anything on the carpet, are you?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for bringing her something. Thanks. Wrong one, though.
What do you mean wrong one?
Oh. Hold on, guys. Okay.
Oh, thank
Hey, Esther.
you. Loser. Okay.
You just made her freaking night. Thank you. So,
Thanks.
how do you leave with your daughter missing, right? That's a good point, little bear. If she leaves, that will say a lot. That will say a lot about
What are you doing?
things.
Oh.
Hold on. All right. And she has other children. That's true, too. That is in.
Bye.
So the ex just brought by my daughter freaking convinced him to bring some freaking McDonald's by before on his way home from work. Maybe she'll move closer to the boys. That would be, I mean, possibly, but I doubt that's what she's doing. I feel like she's going to leave Tennessee. Yeah, that could definitely happen. Thank you, Raybird. Someone blocked Skank Hunt. What did they say? I missed it. I don't know. I don't see it. All right, I hope Chatty Kathy Dawn starts talking. Okay, I think the Amy Daniel is telling lies over there. She just wrote someone seeing Candace and Jose at the water hole last night. Definitely lying. Yeah, but isn't I mean, PG's live isn't it titled something to do with Candace leaving though? Hey, crazy mom. I love that freaking vacuum. I love it. I was just using it. I haven't used the mop version of it yet. Oh. Michelle. I got the gate too. Michelle, I don't know if I can say the last name. Oh my God. What is wrong with you, Michelle Abbott? You're always so like a know-it-all, just negative, not somebody would want to be around. You're kind of a Debbie Downer. You always have just negative things to say. She says, that's an ignorant question. If you watch true crime as long as I have, then you know it can take a long time. Grow the fuck up. What? What are you talking about? I think you're the one that needs to grow up. You're very rude to people in here. Like always. Yeah, I know. I remembered you saying you don't like doing it, so I get that. Some people don't. But even if you're a mod, Chris, and you don't want to be one, you could just like it doesn't mean you have to even do anything. Really. You could just pretend you don't have a wrench. So Michelle is an expert, I guess. I missed the what are you talking about? Well, we were talking about oh, is it through email? Let me see here. I got the email. Okay. PG fake pic. Dude, this is so fake. Was she trying to be funny? Oh, somebody else to me. Yeah. Here's another thing somebody sent me about the government watch list thing. Survivor, your email was blank, I think. Unless it's still loading. But she's obviously joking with this picture, right? Hold on, let me show you guys. That's a joke, right? Because, hold on. I'm trying to use this new laptop. I'll figure out what I'm doing here. You can tell that's fake. Like Grandis there in the freaking front seat. Please tell me that she admitted to this being fake. And then Candace has long hair there too. It looks like they put long hair on her. That's as big as I can make it, but who is standing in the back? That's supposed to be Candace, I guess. She's loading up the U-Haul. Yeah, this is fake. Please tell me she did not try to pass this off as real. Dude, that is so shady if she did that. I know she was sticking up for me yesterday and stuff, but this is obviously fake. And people will... She's talented with the Photoshop. That's BK in the back with Candace's clothes on. Oh, is BK supposedly somewhere in here too, in this picture? I know. It is Photoshop. Well, are we sure? That pig's from summer. Look how she's dressed, and it's very green grass, right? She's in a tank top and shorts and all the leaves. Good observation, Tori. This isn't like a recent picture of the house.
I'm not eating until.
Hold on. Okay. Yeah, the grass is green. This is. Then somebody else was asking about this, which I think this has been determined to be. It is a Don Wells that is on some government watch list, but it's not I think it's his son. From my research, I don't think it's really actually him. And it's something to do with the Department of Health and Human Services, or Department of Human Services. So I figured it might be something with like Medicaid or food stamps. Yeah, I'm guessing that she meant that as a joke, because she makes all those pictures all the time. But I haven't watched her or anything, so I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke or what. Yeah, you can take her in small doses. She can be. Sorry, I haven't. What? What? Come here. I only watched long enough to see the pic, but she was laughing the whole time. It was her clickbait. The point is, there are people out there that actually believe. Yep. I never get. What did that say? I never get mod. I am here a lot. Well, I can mod you for the evening. Just, we hardly ever like time out or block. I do tend to, like I say, pick the same people, it seems like. But Jam, I just saw your text. When I get a second, I'll respond back. Here, what's going on? No, I don't have the camera on. You're severely dehydrated? Oh no, are you sick? Do you have COVID? Who is the person in the U-Haul? It's a fake picture. PG made it to be funny. She probably, because there is a rumor going around that there is a U-Haul up there. So maybe she just made it. I don't know. Who knows? country girl is like my freaking. It's funny because people used to call Jenna like my bulldog. But I feel like country girl is right now. So my laptop, not that anybody really cares too much. I got like it's actually technically a gaming laptop, but it was an open box one, so I could get like it at a discount. I think it's so far. It looks like it's gonna. So far, I like it. You guys said are the ones that told me ASUS is an okay brand. So that's what I got. Aw, thank you, Tabby. I haven't seen any of your messages. Hold on. Oh, you're already I love discounts and sales. Well, it said that it was supposed to be still like in new condition. Oh, yes, I did. There's Michelle. I did get the gate. I used it today to keep have one of those like robot vacuum things. I wanted it to just do this one room. So yeah, I used it today. Thank you so much. No, Athena is not in here anymore. She does. I do want to know why my daughter threw her McDonald's trash on the ground, though. After I just cleaned today, I spent a lot of time cleaning. Hey, Samantha. Yeah, Michelle, it does. And it actually fits in so the entryway into this living room area is much wider than a typical door. And it actually fits that. So I was happy with that. Oh, thank you, Terry. Terry Fetter. Yeah, that's how kids should love muddy footprints on a clean floor, crumbs after you vacuum. Yeah. The ex came walking in here like in these big work boots. I'm like, those aren't muddy, are they? Hey, Julie. Hey, Chenji. Where can we view this government watch list? It's just when you pull up his background, it comes up. And he is on a watch list, but I don't think well, I shouldn't say he is. I don't really think it's actually Don Wells, like, but I do think it's his son that's on this list. But yeah, there is a Don Wells on the government wish list. Did I just say watch list? Oh, look, my dreaming said, I agree with Tabby. We love you dearly. Aw. So sweet. Thank you. Aw, and then you have your little feline friend in your picture. Has Candace went to see Don? That's a good question. Of course, there might be a process. Oh, look, 420 in chat. There's probably a process. I don't know how it works. I haven't looked into it at that jail. Some are easier to visit than others, but she can go visit him because she's not on probation or anything, so she should have no problem. But sometimes you have to get approved. Like they have to, it's like a little bit, it takes a little bit of a time, like a week or two, I think, to get the visitation all squared away. And they have to be on this list. Like none of us can just show up there and be like, oh, I'm here to see Don Wells. Like it used to be like that back in the day. You could do that. But now they're, much more strict. A Chewy wish list. Is there such thing? All video. It could be all video. It probably is, actually. Yeah, she probably is partying it up, and Don probably has. I'm sure he's talked to her on the phone, probably when she's been buzzed, and he probably. I would imagine he's not feeling too hot right now. He's got to feel a little bit of a withdrawal. I know that he didn't drink all day every day, but he drank like pretty almost every day. Wait, what? PG even admitted she does not know if they're moving or not. That's just what she heard about the U-Haul up there. She said it could be where people's bought new furniture getting rid of old. Yeah, that's not what's happening up there, but she's not going to be buying furniture at a time like this. She was just asking for help with, she's going to not be in a good position financially right now. Probably. I mean, I would think, unless some people say, oh, she has 90,000 in the bank. I don't know where they get that, but I thought someone just made a joke about a U-Haul and PG just ran with it. Probably. Yeah, because Progarden is so believable. I love how Candace told Chris that they call that box thing a bar, but they don't drink a lot. She's such a audacious liar. Did she say that? She said they call it a bar, but they don't drink a lot? I would love to know what Candace considers drinking a lot. Just disregard. Let's just disregard everything that comes out of PG. I thought she had money. That's what I heard too. Does anyone else find it weird that they really have no furniture? Their furniture is like, I don't know. I didn't really notice furniture. It's this very tiny place, and I was only saw like in the. But yeah, I don't. They probably. I was about to say they don't have the money. They just might not have money for they don't want to spend their money on furniture. Furniture is expensive, but you can buy it used, like very reasonable. It's kind of like new furniture is like a vehicle. It loses value immediately as soon as you buy it. You pay all this like crazy money for a nice sofa set. You can't resell it for that same amount you just paid for it. Like even if you resell it right away. or soon after. Yeah. Furniture is a huge waste of money, or a huge money. I just don't like used furniture too much. Like, I'm not above used furniture at all. Like, I would buy all used if it wasn't for like bed bugs and stuff like that. So I'm scared with like beds and sofas and stuff like that. But I did get like my coffee table and end tables and stuff. I bought those all off of like Facebook. Stuff like that. Yeah, or you can be like, you could just buy, some people even have stuff that they barely used or they get and just never used. I need new furniture every 2 years. Really? Well, I'm pretty mad because this couch is already, it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the best of quality, but maybe that's why I didn't, it was kind of like cheaper. You just bought a couch. They're expensive. I had to buy new. I don't like bugs. Like, I don't have to buy new, but when it comes to like beds and couches, yeah. But I also know how to look at them to tell if there's any sign of like bed bugs. Like, I know what to look for. I have no vitamin D in my blood work and need to supplement. Wow. Big Lots is no good. Yeah, well, that's where I got my bed. And it's like the most uncomfortable bed ever. I just got a frame there, and then I got one of these. It was like a mattress in a box type thing. But I didn't get a box spring, and it was so uncomfortable. If I got a box spring, I'm sure it'd be better. But I did get a 4-inch like mattress topper thing. It's made it a little bit better. I think everyone died in it. I was so grossed out and left. I went to see my queen mattress lady selling literally. Think someone died in it. Whoa. Donald Wells is on the government watch list for sure. Hey, Lilac, do me a favor. Look up Donald. Okay, this is a way so you can see what I'm talking about. To see, like, it's hard to tell who's actually the one on it. If you pull up Donald Wells, like his background on if you have one of those pay sites that you pay monthly for, where you can look up people's backgrounds, put in his name, okay, and you'll see it comes up. Then click on like where it shows his relatives and stuff. Click on either his father, Donald Wells Sr., or his son, Donald Wells, and see that whole government watch list will also pop up on their names. So that just shows you it's hard to tell which Donald Wells it is. She has an open. Oh, you can't leave the state if you have an open case with CPS. Unless she just like signed over all the kids. I sell furniture for a living. I can't stress the importance of a good mattress. Right? I guess you could buy a frame. Like, a frame's probably more than likely not going to have like bed bugs. Frame would probably be okay, but the expensive part of a bed is, unless you get the real nice, like solid, like wood beds, or the most expensive part is the mattress and box spring. At Wayfair, PG talked, it was people buying it, not Candace. We know Candace is going to be buying nothing. She didn't care how the place looked when she had all the kids, and she sure as hell ain't going to care now. Yep. There for a while, they really were getting a lot of help from people that just wanted to help them get their kids back. There was this like rush to help them, but that's kind of died off. And I think that they're, how much F's they give. It's pretty close to zero now. But I think at first, yeah, they were really trying to, with the house, that was the easy part with them. That was the easy part of what they needed to do to get the kids back. So they did that, fixing the house, like compared to getting clean off of alcohol or drugs when you have an addiction. Like that's probably one of the hardest things you'll do in your entire life. If you have an addiction, or have ever had an addiction, that that's definitely one of the biggest accomplishments getting clean. Can be it's very difficult. So they just kept putting it off, thinking, oh, we'll do it, but they only had a 6-month plan, right? Well, 6 months, it hasn't came and gone yet because, let's see, it has been 6 months actually since the boys were taken, because the boys were taken in July. So it must have got extended another 6 months. Or who are you talking about? Wayfair? Oh my gosh. That's awesome. My ex just texted me. I have like back in the back room where my washer and dryer are, I have like tons of like cardboard boxes from when I moved in here, because I used a lot of boxes and stuff to move stuff over here. So, anyways, he just texted me because he was here, right? Those who were here earlier heard him. He was in here because he stopped on his way back from work to drop Caitlin off. Caitlin talked him into getting her some McDonald's on his way home from work, and he dropped it by. And he just texted me and said that he cleaned out that whole back room and took those boxes with him when he left. Because there's like this recycling. So that's awesome. Because I've been like, man, I need to get those boxes out of here. Came off 13 years heroin addiction cold turkey. Makes feel like you want to die, but once it's over, you never have to go through them again if you stay clean. That's awesome, Suzanne. Congratulations. That's amazing. You should I feel you should try to you should do what I did and well, not what I did, but it is what I did. But if you've ever thought about going into that field, helping others who've been through similar things, you should get certified in becoming a recovery specialist or something like that. I'm certified in it, but I'm like, man, I know it's not good money though. That's the thing. It's like, do I really want to do that? But it's rewarding because you can help a lot of people. You buy something, keep it a day or two, decide you don't want it. You sure is not going to get what you paid for it. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, like with TV and furniture and stuff like that, you can never resell it. Now, if it's still within the time you can return it, like Walmart will take anything back and stuff, but oh wow, Wendy, that's great. Alcohol is one of the most difficult drugs to come off because, for one, you can die off the withdrawals, and two, it's everywhere. It's highly, and it's acceptable. Even though it's probably one of the worst drugs out there, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I feel like alcohol is one of the worst drugs. It's one of the most acceptable because it's legal. But yeah, it's a horrible drug. What are you talking about, certified? Why are you even talking about something like that? I mean, I guess certified doesn't notice that J. Marie is a mod in here right now. Like, really? Hey, Joyce. TOV. Barbie style furniture. Good night, Survivor. 9 years sober from I haven't even drank a sip of alcohol in it's been a few years. I just makes me sick. I used to drink all the I used to drink, I used to party a lot, but oh wow, making good money. It's a rewarding field to go into. I wish you could have saved my son. I lost him on Christmas, still waiting on toxicology to know what killed him. He had 8 months sober. Yeah, sometimes that's absolutely horrible and heartbreaking. But sometimes I don't know how long. He couldn't have been that old. I think you said he was in his. How old did you say he was, Janet? He couldn't be that old because you don't look that old. But sometimes when people have like many years, why does it say I've been live for 3 hours and 44 minutes? That's so weird. I don't know why it literally says I've been live. It must have something to do with the fact that my time is off here on this computer. It says it's 1:30 a.m. which is not. It's 10:30. Anyways, sorry, Janet. Was it this Christmas or was it the last Christmas? Because know you've mentioned it a few times here. Yeah, benzos are hard too. Benzos and because benzos are very similar to alcohol in many ways. But sometimes if people have like been using for so many years and their body's used to it, sometimes like their body can go into shock somehow, or I don't know though. It's usually some other type of. They say you can't die from like heroin withdrawal and stuff, but man, you feel like you want to. I would think that there is some people who have been on it for years and years and years. I would think you could die from the withdrawal, but it would be labeled as something else. Like, I mean, they say you can't, but I miss the occasional drink, but it doesn't mix well with meds and wheels. Streamer has been being weird. It's been saying I have zero in chat and then jump up. I know it's been doing that too for me, but it's weird because it says I've been live for 3 hours and 46 minutes, but yeah, I don't know why it's only been live probably actually 46 minutes. Yeah, sometimes a relapse is dangerous. People go back and drink as much as they did before. Lacing marijuana with fentanyl. So started streaming 2 minutes ago. You want to die, but benzos and alcohol are typically the only two that put you in. Yeah. YouTube is glitchy AF at the moment. Chat's not showing, comments not showing, watch count all over the place. $200 subs, almost 6,000 one day. Wow. Is that legit? Oh, thank you, Michelle. I watched my youngest son detox from benzos. It was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. He's 5 years clean and a wonderful husband and father today. Aww. It's horrible. I hope I never have to. I hope my daughter doesn't ever go down that path. My son was told in rehab he can die from benzo. Yep. I tried to change it, and I don't know why it's not. I couldn't. It wouldn't change. I don't know why. I'll figure it out. I didn't really try that hard. A government watch list. It just, like any type of funding from the government or any type of help or assistance you get from the government. Some people will be put on like watch list if they've anyway have like fraud it, misused any of these assistance programs or anything like that. I think that's what it is. Oh no, Blanca. Late 90s, I bought a sofa love seat and a chair from Big Lots and had it about 4 years and still held up good and looked new. I wanted a new after I had it 4 years. Yeah, dehydration would be a that the girl that was on 600-Pound Life passed away. Which one is that? Isn't there more than just one girl on there? Isn't that like... Here, I'll look it up. First trans... says Destiny Lachey dies. My 600-pound life. First trans cast member was 30. She doesn't look 600 pounds here. She looks like normal size. Here, I'll show you guys. But did she lose weight then die? Hold on. Was the first trans cast member of the TLC reality My 600-Pound Life, has died at 30, according to family members' social media posts. No cause of death was given. No. I'm sorry, bro. Her brother Wayne Compton wrote Tuesday on Facebook, I accept you for who you are. I accept every flaw that come with you. I'm sorry you felt alone. I'm sorry you felt you had nobody else to turn to. I'm sorry you felt you had no other option. Destiny wouldn't have wanted this. Lord, why keep taking my siblings away? How much can I take? Destiny was another sibling who had died recently. Lachey, who was born Matthew Ventress and raised in foster care, appeared on this season 7 of My 600-Pound Life in 2019. The network's log line for her episode reads, Destiny never felt like she fit in. Now having come out as a 600-pound transgender woman, she likes her curves, but she will need to say goodbye to them if she wants to be approved to transition completely. Watch a clip from the episode here. Whoa. She did lose a lot of weight. She weighed 699 pounds when she started on the show and made it clear that she realized she was running out of time. I feel like all I'm constantly doing is just trying to escape all my depression and pain at this point, Lachey said on the show, and food is the only thing I have to turn to do that. But the thing that's saving me every day is also what's destroying my life now, to the point where I can feel it killing me. But Lachey made serious progress in getting healthy. By mid-2020, she was showing off her new body in frequent posts on Facebook and Instagram. And after shedding hundreds of pounds, she qualified for skin removal surgery. So they don't know her cause of death yet. Walmart allowed each family $50 in food to get them by. People ended up filling 3 carts, looting Walmart. What? It's true, Suzanne. What is Lady CG talking about? I'm curious. Is Candace on the watch list? If you ask Gigi, she'll tell you she is, but No. Did I get your doggy's pic? Probably. Yeah, I remember that, Elvis. When Facebook went down. They came out with new bed frames that's metal, and I absolutely love it because when I got my new bed, that's what I got, and I absolutely love it. And it just inserts inside the bed, and a mattress goes. My bed frame's metal. I don't have like a headboard though or anything fancy. The great EBT outage of 2015. Oh, whoa. I don't remember that. The metal, there's no such thing as they say calling it box spring no more. They call it a platform. Yeah, I think that's what mine is, but hey, Mimia6. If you ask Gigi if I'm on a watch list, she'll say yes. She has never even heard of me. In her mind, everyone is on a watch list. Yeah, they did go to California. So I don't know. We don't sell box spring no more. About it inserts into the bed. You're good, Julie. At least 75% of weight loss surgery end up in active addiction. What happens? Like anorexia? That can get really addicting too. She can rent a room. Really, that house is so small. Like, even just them two is it's barely big enough for two people. Ziggy needs a handcuff-friendly headboard. I knew somebody would say something like that. I like that. What's happening to your sister, Sleeping Beauty? Hey, Connie. My one flipping life. My 17-year-old son. Over 20 years ago, and no active addiction with us, and we have not gained it back. Oh, awesome. A lot turned to alcohol or pills because soothing yourself with food is no longer an option. Some of them still go back. A lot of them do. I wonder what percentage of the weight loss surgeries end in them gaining it back. My cat will just stand here for freaking ever until I pet him. The addiction after weight loss surgery. Oh, that's horrible. Usually, though, when people lose weight, they get addicted to not eating or shopping. Maybe you're right, actually. Because when I had lost a lot of weight and then but I kind of I changed it to, I kind of became obsessive about not eating, though. Back when I was younger, but I also got obsessed with shopping. And then once I went off to college, yeah, I got into alcohol and drugs. Oh, the cat you gave away. Yeah, come on, say hi to everybody. Are you gonna meow? Meow. Come on, meow. Meow. That's me. I'm not trying to fake a meow. I'm just trying to get him. Sometimes I can get him meowing if I. I can hear it tomorrow. Ziggy made her cat wait to be petted. All the expert vets on here will freak out now. All right, so I guess we could open up panel if anybody wants to. Come up and we could talk about whatever. It doesn't matter. Is he segregated due to COVID? No, I doubt that. Or I doubt that's not the reason. It has to be because he's high profile and kind of. I guess you would call him high profile, right? He has child crimes. Hey, baby Diamond. Horror stories and not the, yeah. Hey, how are you doing?
Hello. Good. How are you?
Doing good. Just, I forgot to call you
Oh, that's okay.
today, but I've been cleaning and trying out this new. Have you ever used one of those robot vacuums?
No.
Definitely a learning curve, but it's pretty cool. You have to
Really?
you have to clean them like which I'm used to doing anyways because I do have a Dyson. I've had it for a couple years, but like in order to keep it decent, you have to like pull out the hair out of it and stuff like that every single time. So, but with our robot vacuum, that happens like even more. You have to clean it out like probably 2 or 3 times during vacuuming.
Oh my goodness. I got 2 shark vacuums and I'm telling you, I shed and I've got to clean that thing out a lot.
Yeah. I know. Robot vacuums would be perfect for like guys who are like bachelors and don't have any pets because then you would never have to clean it out really. Because there's no, that's the only
Right?
thing that gets it like all like, jammed up is the hair. But anyways,
Yeah.
they're afraid Don will get hurt because of summer. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure that's why anytime usually the pedos are put in some kind of protective block. He's probably in a block that has a bunch of other, child
But
abusers in it.
he's not really, he hasn't been convicted of child abuse, but what I'm thinking is
That's true.
people in that area might have heard about the accusations against him. And maybe that's why they've got him in protective custody.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe some of the inmates think he did something to Summer. I don't know. That's in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't been convicted, but I don't know. I wonder if he went in there and like begged to be put in. Not that they listen to anybody. They don't care if you come in there and beg to be put in segregation or. A lot of those guards want to see these child predators and woman beaters and stuff. They like to see them get hurt. Some of them do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not protective custody, it's segregation, but yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, since he hasn't been convicted of any child crimes per se, is that maybe they might think the inmates have heard about his case since he's so high profile right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we think he did it, then they might think he did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey,
hi. Okay,
yeah,
so tell me.
I think he did it, I think. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? So, what do you think? Do you think it's BS about the 90,000?
Oh, yeah. In my
Probably.
opinion, yeah, but
I think it's BS.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think? What'd you say, Tabby?
I think it's BS.
Yeah, I feel like wouldn't law enforcement? I would think law enforcement would look into something like that, like how much they have in their bank accounts. I don't know if they're allowed to do that.
The what do you call it? Public defender. Didn't he have a public defender? They go by your income. He would have
You're
to
right.
show.
Yeah.
He would have to show that he had that money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Yes, you're right, Hawaii Dreaming.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's, and besides someone, I don't remember where I saw it, but said they saw it on the receipt that she had withdrawn 300 and that's how the 90,000 came out because it showed the balance. But you don't see
copies.
There's no copy. You think that thing would be floating around. Pictures
And they
of
just And they just started doing the donations. Did somebody go over there like the day they were doing donations?
Yeah.
You know?
Ugh.
Oh, I have seen a copy of this receipt somewhere.
Oh,
I
you
remember
did?
seeing it. Yeah, I remember seeing it. Oh, it's been a while ago, but I don't know. It didn't look. I can't remember exactly what it was, but something about it didn't look legit.
Right.
Something wasn't right. So, if I remember right, I think that whole thing is just a doctored.
Yeah.
I thought it was from the donations. I apologize.
Oh, the 90,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
where are
don't-
they going to get 90,000?
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I think somebody put it out there. There was a receipt going around. It's been, I saw it was like a month, or I've only seen it once. I don't know. If somebody has it, you can email it to me and let me check to see if anybody's emailed it to me. But
Oh, someone said he claimed indigent in court. Couldn't do that with 90,000 in the bank.
I would
yeah,
die for $90,000 right now.
they don't like check, but you would think that they had checked into that to see if they have a big amount of money, because a lot of people think that they sold Summer. And that means but you would think they wouldn't put it in their bank account because that's too,
Right.
that's pretty stupid. But all nighter who gets money from the YouTube channel, it's under Tim Mullins runs that, but is it monetized yet? Candace should even do a.
I also saw on a Facebook post, I guess it's their family Facebook or something, Find Summer Wells. I don't know who runs it, but it was addressing, like, it said Candace has not posted her Cashapp and is not asking for donations. There was a little snippet of a paragraph on there, so I thought,
Where was this at?
I wonder, on Facebook. I think it's on Find Summer Wells. I saw it this afternoon.
The Find Summer Wells Facebook. No.
I don't do Facebook much, but every now and again, like a couple times a week, I'll check it. But I saw it today.
What the heck did Allison? I think Allison. Hold on. Let me see if this is correct or if it's just because Mulaney. No, it's still there. Okay.
Carrie. She doesn't.
Sorry.
I don't believe they have 90K unless it's in the garden with Brian Laundrie.
Okay, I see what you're talking about right here. I'll share with everybody and show what you're talking about. We'll read it. Says update at 6:30 p.m. on February 10th. Rumors Candace has not opened a Cash App or GoFundMe account recently. She has not posted any comment, post, or message asking for money and help. Please share this. Thank you, everyone. So this was 4 hours ago. She's saying that those comments about asking for money was not her. Okay, now inmate mail posts here too. It says, effective February 12, 2013, when you are writing an inmate, the following guidelines are listed below. All mail must be in a form of a letter. No postcards are allowed. Return name must be in left upper corner. No colored pictures. No stickers allowed on the letter or envelope, and no cards will be accepted. Hawkins County, Tennessee. All letters are scanned. So here's the address. Anybody's interested in contacting Dawn. But
I'll
inmate
take a
Don
pass.
Wesley Wells, 117 Justice Center Drive, Rogersville, Tennessee, 37857. Your name and address must be on the envelope and letter on the left upper corner. So I guess you have to do that on the letter. Must be on the envelope and the letter. So there you go. Somebody was asking that his address to contact him. So right here, many fake comments and posts are being circulated. Please be careful with the false posts or cash scam. This was not sent by Candace Bly Wells. Thank you. Would you all care if I put a cash app on here? I don't want to make anybody mad. I pray for my family today. I lost Summer, then my boys, now Donnie. I can't do much more of this. Please don't let my messages go past this group. I hope I trust everybody here. But this group right here, isn't this a Tim Mullins group? Who made this a Find Summer Wells group?
Oh, I personally have no clue.
It's attached to the website findsummerwells.com. So is this Tim Mullins? Did he make this?
Who said? I wonder if it's true. Don has 800 on his books already. Oh gosh.
Well, I know I saw two people in Benny's chat that said that one person said they were going to put 300 on. The other person said they were going to.
Why do you care so much, Jess Samantha? People want me to pull stuff up if they email me or not. If they email me things they want me to show everybody, who cares? What is your deal?
Oh my gosh. Move along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled this up myself, actually. Or actually, no, Hawaii Dreaming mentioned something about this.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
You just got to ignore the
Sarah
stupidity.
was taking cash apps for Dawn. Really, Michelle?
Yeah, one person was going to do $300. The other person was going to match it.
Oh.
And that was in Benny's chat. I even think I got a screenshot of it.
So is this run by Tim Mullins? Does anybody in the comments know?
I would say probably, since he's the media manager.
Because it has the website as the findsummerwells.com. Let's see here.
Either him or Benny.
Well, let's disappear from our home. June 15, 2021. Searches and investigations continue throughout East Tennessee area of Hawkins County. Findsummerwells.com.
Oh, Julie Applewhite. Who's watching Mary Tyler Moore? I had it on my TV.
That makes me think of my grandma, Mary Tyler Moore. She loved Mary Tyler Moore.
It's one of my favorite shows.
I hear that sound and my grandma just comes to mind.
Yeah.
We hold these prayer circles for Summer and other missing children every Tuesday at 6 p.m. online. Okay. So they're doing a prayer circle for more information on Summer's case, please visit findsummerwells.com. So on Awaken, I guess it's a page on, they're doing the prayer circle online now.
Someone
Otherwise,
said
Tim
had Candace Cash App on his Facebook page. Well,
Yeah, I don't. I think it's actually.
Well, if she can get donations, I can get donations for anything. I'm joking.
Well, it's just like when she was trying to say that she didn't give me the puppy, and I need, and she was trying to make lie
Mm-hmm.
about that situation, to backpedal and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't believe her about
Right.
it not. Of course, that's what she's gonna say. Oh, it wasn't me. It's not me.
You have a recording of her, right?
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
we have a recording of her, but still people didn't care to listen to it.
I
Or they
laugh
did
at.
listen to it, but they did not, it didn't matter.
Come on, people.
Can I say job is only her now? There's nothing stopping her. There should be a way to pay it directly to a service to make sure the money is going towards child support. Candace can do anything with that money. Is that what she's saying? Is for the boys?
Yeah, when kids get taken away from you, you get charged child support.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if she's paying that. Probably not.
I know. I was trying to find that too, Kristen S. Let's see. I hadn't pulled Facebook on the Mullins. Let me try to find him again, because I haven't had pulled up his Facebook on this computer yet. So is his last name? Oh, there it is. It's Mullen, Tim Mullen. He doesn't have an S at the end. Let me look at his. His Facebook that I'm on hasn't posted anything for a few days, or for several days. So
Some of them said, if Candace still a suspect, can she leave the state? But is she considered a suspect?
no, she's not even. They're not even considered persons of interest,
Right.
are they?
I didn't think so.
I don't know. Ronnie said everybody's a suspect, and he used the word suspect. He didn't use the word.
They're talking about, like, since she's a suspect, can she leave the state? But if everybody is a suspect, like,
Nobody can leave the state.
so
Well, yeah, because didn't he try to go to North Carolina or South Carolina, and the sheriff there told him no. He said he checked with the sheriff, and the sheriff told him no, not to leave Tennessee.
That's what he said.
Right. That's what I mean. It's like, is anything they say
Right.
like, is it all bull crap?
You never know what to believe.
Right.
is that on Facebook? Media man. Oh yeah, you mean that page? Media manager Wells. That's right. Okay, that's right. Yeah. It's been a while since I've been on this Facebook, but let's give it a check here. As the media manager of the Wells family, it's understood that many people may have questions that I can answer. Wait, is that? I handle no money, do not get involved in money issues, except when the family keep the reward fund from being discontinued, nor do I pay out money to anyone. This page doesn't even have, he hasn't really been posting either. So I don't see any posts like that about. But either way, it's, you know, it's ultimately up to you yourself if you decide you're going to donate to her. Just don't donate to her if you don't.
Some of these comments. Benny should get a job, step up, and be the man of the house.
Dude, I'd die if he went out there when it's just her there. Wouldn't that be crazy? If Donna's talking, he's lying. Yeah, it's gonna enable her. I mean, it's good night, Sleeping Beauty. Has Benny said he talked to Dawn yet, or does anybody know?
The last time I heard, he hadn't. And that was like yesterday, I think it was.
I haven't.
But I don't know if he, I don't even think he's done a live today. I could be wrong.
That U-Haul was Benny's things being moved in. I hear on other channel that Benny is on his way to Candace. Yeah. The man of the house normally doesn't sleep in the garage. True. Unless his man cave is out in the garage. You know, they've converted it into something. But yeah, no. He did a live. Yeah, I don't know. I was just curious if he had talked to him. It will be just a matter of time that Benny is doing his YouTube videos while talking to Dawn, you know, have a Q&A while he's in jail. They usually don't allow phone calls during the first couple days. They're in quarantine. They don't allow phone calls during the first couple days? What? He did a live about Trisha. 2 videos say. PG said on her site that she photoshopped the U-Haul. I don't know if it was true that she did Photoshop. Well, yeah, I mean, it's obvious that picture is Photoshopped. Dude, Ron had a great show tonight. He said most of the time they can't call or have visits until the 28-day rehab. What? That's if you're in rehab. He's not in rehab. They should have put him in rehab, probably. Like an inpatient. That probably would have been better.
Sorry.
Jail. Huh?
Yeah, he has to do rehab to get the 6 months. Like he got the 1129. But if he does the rehab in there, then he has a better chance of getting out in 6 months, 180 days.
So how's he going to do rehab in jail?
Or a 28-day rehab. What the heck is that going to do? I mean,
Nothing like
is
Judy
it
Ron
28
said.
days going to be enough for him?
Judy Ron said no. He doesn't think 28 days will be enough.
But how's he going to do rehab in jail? They don't do that. This is a prison has stuff like that, but unless he gets a court ordered like thing where he can do like kind of like it's like work release, but you can leave during the day to do like do a day rehab type thing.
Yeah, I don't know how they got that planned.
Someone said to check your email, Ziggy. Chase Levitz.
checking on something else right this second because I was gonna see this WJ. Tell me to look up WJHL.
Boy, if they just say, "Oh, here, if you do 28 days in rehab, you can get out in 6 months." That's not a very good, you know what I mean? Like, here, do a 28 days in this rehab, and that just blows my mind.
Yeah, it won't. They won't. I'm guessing it will be longer than 28 days. I know he was. I thought he was only supposed to do 6 months in jail. I know he has the 11. I thought it was 6 months jail, and then the rest he could do probation, but he has to do a like a day treat or some type of rehab.
Yeah, see, the way I
Yes.
understand it, I think they said 11/29. But if he does rehab and completes it, then he'll only have to serve 6 months. But if he doesn't do the
How's he gonna
rehab,
do rehab though
then he
in
has
jail?
to serve the full sentence. I don't know.
And ultimately, it's up to the probation department if they want to give him probation because he's already violated.
He doesn't even right. He's not even supposed to. Like they said, there's no work release. Like I don't know what that is, but there's an echo or something. Um, they said no work release so at all. So they're not going to give him work release for rehab. Yeah, he has to do the standard DUI mandated course. That sounds right, Tammy. So once he gets out after the 6 months, he'll have to do those classes. They're like a couple times a week. I just don't understand. I was confused by that too. I heard them say, "Oh, well, he could just have to do the 180 days if he does the rehab, but he has to be out to do the rehab." So
Maybe if he doesn't do the rehab once he gets out, they'll put him back in.
they don't have rehab programs at jail. No. I mean, you can go to, they have NA and AA you can do and stuff like that, but they don't have like,
So why would they let him out on the 6 months if he hasn't even completed a rehab yet?
no.
I wonder if they'll, like, if he doesn't go, if they'll take him back and make him do the rest of the 11/29.
I don't see anything new with WJHL. What am I looking at for WJHL? I'm not seeing anything. On Google or not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking. I don't see anything. Huh. Has anyone heard from Candace? I googled it and it does have a certified drug recovery program. Oh, really, Destiny? In the jail?
Oh, that's bizarre.
Okay, that's cool. Am I going to write him? Somebody else asked me that last night, and I don't know if they were like joking or serious, but I don't know what to say. Probably not.
Truth for all, isn't that 88 hours of community service, not rehab?
Well, between now and the time he gets out, or whether it be the 6 months or the almost year, hopefully things will start happening. Either she'll start to slip or they'll start finding stuff, investigating more. They have to have eyes on her, I would think.
Who, Candace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Christy. She said, just hop on to see if my girl was alive. Hope you're doing good. Thank of you often and forever grateful for all your support. Love you. Love you to little Zig, little pup, the cat, and you. Aw. Thanks for stopping by. Is that you in the picture? I was trying to I'm trying to look at. Are you gonna? What's it called when you get remarried or something? Is that what you're doing? Did you get married again?
Renewing vows.
Yeah. Oh. That would definitely make sense, Smoky Blue Days, if that's what I would think, but they made it seem like, oh, he could get out after 6 months if he completes rehab.
That's the way it was put on the news, though.
Yeah. But she said the rehab's just part of the sentence to be completed after the 6 months. And if you don't complete that, then he goes back for the full 11
That
days.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes complete sense.
Let's see. Chase Levitz sent me something to show everybody. Let's see here. Sheriff Lockman. Lockman stated that Don Wells has been placed in solitary confinement for 180 days in Hawkins County Jail. He will do inpatient treatment, minimum of 28 days. He will be allowed out for showers and food, $15 per call only. There is no work release. What does that mean? This post is kind of... Who wrote this? He will be allowed out for showers and food. What's $15 per call only mean? See, now I'm more confused, actually.
Maybe if he makes a call out to someone.
Now we're going to sit here and try to guess what this means. Right, Suzanne Smith? I don't think... If he completes the rehab at the jail... Well, Mo, most jails don't have like a rehab. It's a jail. Jail is a temporary thing. Jail is something that people go to for less than a year. A lot of people are only there for a few days or a couple weeks. Hawaii Dreaming, are you there? There's another Hawaii Dreaming trying to come up. That's weird.
I kicked myself off.
I don't know. Oh, it's still here. I don't know why.
That's weird.
I mean, with the calls, okay, they used to do collect calls. I don't know if they still do, but maybe they're charging him more for a different reason.
They have this thing now that you can add money to your it's weird. It's not collect. It's like you have to add money, and the call has to be, and the phone number you're calling has to be set up to receive like calls from jail, and but
Now, I have a question about the money on the books. Now, if he really does have a boatload like that, 500, 200, 800, 600, what happens if he doesn't go through it and then he gets out? Does he get the money or do they keep it?
oh yeah, yeah, they
Oh, it goes back to him.
they right give you a check, yeah. With like the remainder on your books. See
Okay.
this. Are you guys still there?
Ollie?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
This is in January 23rd, 2015. Here's an article. It says there is now a certified drug recovery court in Hawkins County. The Tennessee Department of Health and Substance Abuse Services certified the recovery program this month. The time people spend in the program is all dependent upon a point system, but those working in the court say it's a successful alternative to jail time. Well, this is an alternative to jail time, so this can't be it. If this is what people are talking about a jail program in Hawkins County, or a drug and alcohol program in the jail, it's not this. Because this is to not go to jail. I was trying to find some information on what type of rehab program, if there is one in the Hawkins County Jail. Never heard of such a thing in a jail, but of course, I haven't been to a jail for a long time, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this probably varies. It's,
Boy, in our local jail, it's terrible. They're like overpopulated. They're there've been like 3 deaths in the last month. Contraband. Oh, people are getting busted for having fentanyl in there. It's like, it's horrible.
mm-hmm. So in Hawkins County, they have a Hawkins County Mental Health Clinic. They have Cherokee Health Systems. Well, that's at Bean Station, though, Tennessee. So I don't know. Anyways, I give up looking into that. Not that big a deal, I guess, but I am curious, like how they go about doing that drug rehab, and they're in jail. How can they not freaking get it done? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If he gets the rehab program, then he only has to do 6 months. Well, there's no reason why he shouldn't, because he's in jail. Like, you don't have anything better to do, so he's going to end up getting it done if there is such a thing in there.
That was my thought too. He's got nothing but time.
Right? Canadianness? How are the essay charges coming along against Don? Don't hear anything anymore about it. Right? I'm wondering if by the end of the 6 months, if he'll have like a hold from Utah to be extradited
Mm-hmm.
for those new charges, so if Don made a call every day, 180 days at $15 per call, that would be $2,700. Well,
Now, since he's in there, can they extradite him while he's actually in jail? Or does he have to can they not do that?
wait, what was that again? Can they extradite him while in jail? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has to first serve his the rest of the sentence in Hawkins County, then they
Oh, okay.
expedite.
I see.
Yeah. So once his 6 months is up, or how much ever time he has to do, then they run you through NC. I think it's called NCIC, to see if you have any holds from any other jails or whatever. And then, just like when a lot of times when people go to bond out, they'll run you through that system and see if there's any holds anywhere at any other state that you're wanted for. A lot of times people go to bail out and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you have a hold out of, and then they hold you for up to 14 days, I think, to see if that it's either 3 days or 14 days. I think it's 14 days, to see if that state will come get you. And if they don't come get you, but still you have to sit there and wait. Like a lot of times you'll sit there and they'll wait till the last minute and come get you. Like you'll sit there and you'll think, oh yes, I'm getting down to the last time I might not have to be extradited.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Ziggy,
Interesting.
it's Julie Rose. Or hi, hello everyone.
Hey,
I just
Julie.
wanted to say hi. I just want to let you know I'm actually a subscriber and a member. I'm Hotel California usually.
Oh, okay.
I signed in under my name, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. I lost my passcode, but
Oh no.
yeah, I didn't lose it. I just can't remember it, and I don't. I saw that you had some folks up on the channel, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I just sounded honestly like you're the only channel sometimes that I can bear listening to. So
Yeah, well,
Oh,
thank you.
same here.
yeah.
Thank you. So how do you did you have a comment on all this with
You know,
going in jail and stuff, or
I'm sure I do. I just kind of I just
you don't have to comment yet. You can just like chill until you feel like commenting.
yeah. No. I just got in and got online actually, but like I said, I saw that you had some people on channel, so I jumped up here. But I will definitely have some comments.
Okay, sounds good. Lip lock. See, it says it's a successful alternative to jail time. Alternative, but that means that you're not in jail to do it. So I don't know what they mean by this whole rehab thing.
It would make more sense if he was out of jail to see if he actually does it.
Yeah, I wonder why they I watched I did catch Duty Ron earlier. I don't know if anyone did, and it seemed like the 28 days in rehab were like mandated to happen first. Did I understand that correctly?
We're trying to kind of figure out what that actually means, but some people are saying that there's a rehab in the jail. I
Okay.
don't.
So from what I understood, and I watched, it was literally 45 minutes. So I did watch the whole thing, and there is not there could be like they can have outside folks come in to do a program, but they were not of the opinion that there was something set up in the jail. um I don't know. I kind of whatever, I with Duty Ron, I mean, he's a retired person in law enforcement, so I kind of what he says I kind of like usually believe.
Mm-hmm.
um, 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 um but
Yeah.
but the bottom line is whether he does the rehab or he doesn't. I mean, he's unfortunately, he's a career offender and addict. So
Yeah.
even if he has to do the 28 or 30 days, I mean, is it really going to make a difference?
Mm.
Not to be negative, but I'm just saying, like, I
Well, probably not, especially if he's going to go back to a home where
exactly.
his wife is
Yep.
still drinking and stuff. Yeah, no,
You nailed it. That's exactly my feelings. 100%.
there's a structure for success. Participate, come to court monthly, perform community service, and take run. Yeah, so lip lock, that does sound like drug court, like somebody was just mentioning. That's done while you're not in jail. Drug court is something you do to avoid jail, and you have to. It's a huge pain, so I hear. Never been done it, but is Scott H here right now? Funding for a living facility where participants can stay during the program. Right now, those participants are staying mainly at home. Yeah. Don wasn't arrested for drug charges, people. The only reason he's in jail is as long as for violation. Yeah, but he's actually sentenced to doing drug rehab, which
Yeah.
is usually you have to do automatic. They always, no matter if you've never been in trouble and you're 40 years old and you get your first DUI, never had any other charges before, they always make you go in for an assessment
Right.
at one of those programs, to where you have to go in a couple times a week to these drug classes. It's like for 3 months long, like twice a week or something like that. They make you do that. Even though if you go in there for assessment, even if you tell them you've never had an issue with alcohol or drugs, they still make you do the whole. If you get a DUI, you definitely have to do something like that.
So I'm under the impression that he is in for DUI and a violation of probation. Is that correct? I mean, that's what I think.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go to the jail website. Okay.
Wow. Truth for the missing. You look exactly like my dear friend who just moved away.
Aww. Truth.
Let me mute my doggy's barking. Sorry.
She might have not heard you. Let's see.
Oh, I was just saying, truth for the missing. You remind me so much of my really good friend who just moved away today.
I don't see a Hawkins County jail website, like a legit one. Or wait. Yeah, hold on. Maybe I do. Let me see. I found it. It's Hawkins County, Tennessee.gov. That's not really the jail website, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything like that on their website, even. So, yeah, there's nothing there. Wasn't the DUI dropped? So, no, his current,
God, no.
not his new DUI.
No way. Respectfully, no way.
Yeah.
They just didn't make him. They didn't arrest him when it first happened because of COVID, but it certainly wasn't dropped. God, no.
And I'm in Tennessee. My son was mandated to go in rehab, but didn't go till after he served his time. Yeah, and that's usually normal.
I agree that
that's usually normal.
The normal way. Yeah.
That's usually what they do, but they said like if he finishes the rehab, then he only has to do the 180 days. So can you call the jail and ask about rehab program? I don't care enough to call.
I know, me either.
I know. I don't know if I don't really care enough either.
Yeah, I don't.
But I keep talking about it.
I'm sure they've had a plethora of calls already.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get. Let's see here. What? Oh, okay. So somebody sent me. What is this? Okay, somebody sent me some screenshots. I'm trying to see what these are. Why does it say his hearing result was dismissed? That's weird.
Hearing result was
Here, I'll show it. What I'm talking about. That's kind of blurry. At the top where it says Donald Wells, defendant, it's a criminal hearing. The date was February, it's real blurry, February 7th, 2022 at 1 p.m. Judge Ross, it shows that the hearing result, it was dismissed.
that's weird. I see the dismiss. What is it? That's a different offender underneath him.
That's him.
What?
It's just when the one underneath. Hold on, let me get back to it. I went to go look at something else. The one underneath it says Donald Well. That's for the same case, but it was the November 1st hearing.
Oh, okay.
Or for the
Wow.
same,
Yeah,
and it says arraignment. It was a hearing. It was November 1st at 9 a.m. and it said it was rescheduled. And then on the February 7th one, that was just a few days ago, it's showing dismissed, which is odd.
That's yeah. I feel pretty sure that he's still there, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine them like saying, "Okay, Mr. Wells, you've been
No, that's
good."
It must be dismissed for his other charges, and maybe because some of his other charges were dropped.
I see.
Oh,
They
someone
threw out the
said
DUI.
they dismissed the charge of expired registration and no insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, they didn't throw out the DUI. He got charged with his first DUI.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine any judge dismissing a DUI.
Right.
They dismissed the other charges that were along with it, like the no insurance, the registration, and stuff like that. They always drop the lower charges.
Not that he deserves to have anything dropped.
Kara, why can't you just let it be and leave me alone? Why don't you move on to somebody else? Like, you come in here and say that all the time. Like, why do you care what we're talking about? It's so weird.
Chatting about it, you know?
It's so weird that somebody would come in here and say that.
Well,
I don't get.
I know.
I just don't
like
get
you don't
it.
have to listen.
I know. Go elsewhere.
People are funny. I'll tell you.
Okay.
I thought Facebook was bad.
I know. I tell you, I hardly ever, went on YouTube before the Summer Wells case, and I discovered it really, in just searching for information, and I was always on Facebook, but just because I run a lot of animal groups and things like that. But it's like I'm so backlogged with Facebook because I've become, I don't want to say addicted to YouTube, but
Right.
if you find some really good
There we go.
like Ziggy and like good creators, it really, you look forward to it.
Yeah, I agree.
So here's I just pulled up this website myself, and you can see that it dismissed all the other charges, of course. So this was The disposition date, February 7th. They dismissed the driving on roadways lane for traffic. I don't know what that means, but they dropped all his other charges. And right here it says guilty. He pleaded guilty to the DUI, the first offense. So, well, like we already know that.
No, I know. Good work for finding it though.
Well, somebody sent me this link. I've seen this website before, but I couldn't remember the link. So thanks to who sent this to me. And he has a lot of money to pay off. But anyways, okay. I thought maybe it might say on there. Sometimes on those sites it will explain like their, you know, what they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But this one doesn't. It just shows the fees and stuff. He was on the other side of the road. Oh, yeah. Order the case transcripts. I could. Because I mentioned Cam and Benny. Kira has to run to Cam and say they are talking about you.
Oh.
Did he represent himself in court? No. Didn't he have the attorney?
Public offender. I heard he.
Yeah,
represented
public
himself.
defenders. It says he had it was from the public defender. That's what it says.
Yeah. Okay.
Under his case. So serve 180 in segregation with no chance for work release. Yep. The guilty plea is for DUI. Why he got time? Because DUI is a probation violation. Yeah, which is weird because his suspended sentence. He's serving his suspended sentence for his last charge, not the DUI. So when he gets out for this, how long is he going to just be on probation for the rest of? He's kind of getting.
And Ziggy, if I can ask you, the pending or alleged pending charges from his sister or sisters, what's up with that? Have they filed those charges? Is there a court date? Obviously, there can't be a court date if he's in jail, but have they filed charges against him?
Well, I haven't heard anything for that for a couple weeks at least. But Mary came into, I think it was on Doug's or Chris M's, and let everybody know that the charges went to the DA, and I don't know. Haven't heard anything really since.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just curious.
He had to serve the remainder of the sentence for probation violation with a gun. The DUI wouldn't have been more than a couple days in jail if that. Yeah, but DUIs always have a suspended sentence of a year. So what's happening with that? Or a sentence of a year, up to a year. So what's happening with? I guess he just gets out of that.
I mean, the way I look at it, I mean, because we know that the gun, what was it? It was a black powder gun with a bullet or something, right? But well, he shouldn't have a gun in his car, him. But I'm just saying, like DUI is, to me, is pretty serious. You know, he could have killed someone. You know.
Yeah.
How many people have lost their lives from drunk drivers? I mean, that's, you know.
Try to smile. She says, "Don't come to me." But why has it taken 40 years for the sisters to tell, and why now? Well, I think that the main point for that is because Summer went missing, and their experience can really help show what could have possibly happened to Summer. So I think it was very important that they told. At one point, like Mary, when I was talking to Mary, I think it might have been on the phone or something. It's been a while ago. She stated that had this never happened, yeah, they may have never came out with it, but it could help determine what happened to Summer. So I think it's important.
Sure. Absolutely.
The link is at top, Esther. The link is pinned.
Yeah, thank you for having us up again, Ziggy. This is really great. You have such an engaging. I'm sorry, I stumble on the words of what to call.
Demeanor, kind of.
Yeah, but just the whole, I can't explain it. I'm lost for words, but it's
Okay. Thank you.
yeah. You are
Thank you.
and yeah. I'm really happy to be up here.
Well, thank you for coming up here.
Well,
We're
great.
happy that you decided to come up here. And your dogs are those?
Are
What
my
are the,
dogs?
they're what?
They're all my dogs,
I
and
know, but what kind? Those are some
yeah,
kind of
they're cockapoo,
labradoodle or those
cock,
doodle.
cockapoos.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those
Uh,
are so sweet.
they are the loves of my life. I
Yeah.
have 4, and I will have 5 by the end of March.
Oh
Actually,
my gosh.
I'm a
Oh,
hobby breeder. I mean, I breed once a year.
which, oh, awesome.
Yeah, and typically I love them so much that usually it's just to, I'll give them like almost cost to friends or people that I'm close to. Um, I
Yeah.
just they I can't even. I don't have children. I'm old enough to have children, but I kind of missed the boat with that. So they're my babies, and
Oh,
well, you have a dog now, but you're lucky you have a beautiful child also. But for me,
yeah.
you
They're
know,
your children.
they give me so
Um,
much love. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. So
yeah.
I have 2 girls and 2 boys,
Oh, that's
and
sweet.
definitely a difference between girl and boy dogs.
Right.
Yeah, but
I
thank
like the
you.
girls.
Yeah,
um,
and they rule the roost. Like
yeah.
my one girl, oh my goodness. So she's 20 pounds, and my biggest cockapoo is 35. And
Holy crap.
yeah,
Hey Scott, which article are you wanting me to pull up? Sorry.
yeah, that's right.
And Mimi of Six says Mary said it's been suspended right now, but for a good reason. She couldn't talk about it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
From the Rogersville Review and Scott. Okay, which article is that, Michelle Bean? Which article though, guys? They're saying, let's see.
You have the patience of a saint.
He sure does.
Let's see. Rogersville Review, Tennessee, and Summer Wells. There's several articles with the Rogersville Review about Summer Wells. I just pulled up tons of them. So which one is it that? Is it this one? No. Hold on. Hey Scott.
Hey Zig,
Okay, so which article is it that I need?
the one where Don got arrested, the latest one in the Rogersville Review.
Okay, hold on.
I can't pull it up. They put it behind a paywall after you look at it for certain websites like Wall Street Journal will let you read like 2 articles and then you have to get a subscription.
Yeah.
Rogersville Review is the same way, and I can't pull it up on mine anymore because I've already looked at it over the number of times. But it'll explain a lot and hopefully clear up a lot of stuff.
Okay, hold on.
I was wanting you to pull the article up so I
The
wouldn't
one
have
that's
to
the one
do
that
it
says
by
Donald
memory
Wells.
and make a mistake.
Okay, so the one that said Donald Wells will serve 180 days in segregation.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, can you screen share that and we'll go over it?
Yeah. 1 second. There we go.
That's the one right there. Okay, first of all, segregation is totally different than solitary. Segregation is a decision that the jail makes for the prisoner's safety. Solitary confinement is punishment given to the prisoner by the jail. 2 totally different things. So a lot of people are saying he's in solitary confinement. No, he's not. He's segregated from the other prisoners because the jail wants him away from the other prisoners. Now, we can speculate why, because, people think that he's guilty for killing his daughter or essaying his sisters or whatever the case may be. But the jail made the decision to segregate him from general population for his safety. Not solitary confinement, which would mean that he was in general population, caused problems, and then they put him in solitary confinement to punish him for causing problems in general population. So that gets rid of the that issue.
Well, isn't he going to be probably with around in like a block, like a segregated block that has other people, other people who
Right.
have child molesters and stuff like that?
Yeah. But solitary confinement is when you're alone and you
Yeah.
don't get to see anybody and they let you out for 1 hour a day.
Yep.
Okay, there's no chance for work release. So everybody's saying that he's getting out of work release. It's not confirmed here locally. He has no job at Drywall Tucker anymore, so he has no job to go to unless it's a private job that he has.
Right.
There's no work release program at Hawkins County Jail, so there's no getting out on work release.
Good.
It says in here that no possibility of work release or the ability to reduce his sentence on a jail work crew. So there you go. He will do work in the jail, but that is expected out of the prisoners because that's how Ronnie Lawson keeps down the costs and stays within his budget to operate the jail because they have a low tax revenue. He has the prisoners do a lot of the work, especially if they're skilled in like plumbing or carpentry or anything like that that does not require a license through the county to be able to perform. Wells 57 pleaded guilty in Hawkins County Sessions Court to a DUI. Okay, so right there, he pled guilty to the DUI. And he got 48 hours for that. That resulted in a violation of probation stemming from the 2020 conviction for possession of a firearm while intoxicated. He was sentenced to 48 hours in jail for the DUI, as well as having his probation for the previous gun possession revoked. And then they sentenced him 180 days for the probation violation before he is eligible for early release. If you scroll on down, it will probably say, okay, he was ordered to attend a DUI class. A DUI class is not rehab. Nowhere does it say rehab. It says a DUI class, which will be held in the Hawkins County Jail. I used to do them in the Carter County Jail, and I've also been in inpatient rehab. They're two totally different things. He's ordered to attend a DUI class, which will be held in the jail by either an inmate that has previously completed a rehab and has went through specialized training at the jail, or by outside people that come in like I used to do. Serve 88 hours of community service, which he'll do outside of the jail, or he'll do when the jails take people out, to clean the highway or whatever. And pay $1,248 in fines and fees.
See, this other article right here says he must serve inpatient treatment for 28 days.
Now, where are you seeing that? Because that will be a first.
WSMV.com. Hold on. Should I email it to you? I can email you a link if If
Because
that-
I've not seen that anywhere on WCYB, WJHL, the Rogersville Review, or the Kingsport Times.
Yeah, this is hold on, I'll just pull it up on I have it pulled up on my phone, but I can show you the
Now, when I had a guy that I sponsored that was serving jail in the Washington County Jail, he was ordered to 28-day rehab. He went into the 28-day rehab. I picked him up. It was actually Christmas Eve because my mom made supper for me to take him so he would at least have Christmas supper.
Nice.
He got out of the 28-day treatment facility, the inpatient treatment facility, and he had to go back to Washington County because he still had 24 hours that he had to serve. But that was all under the supervision of Washington County Jail.
I'll keep that up and where we can go back to it, but I'll just show you this real quick.
Okay. I mean, I'm not doubting that, but I'm just saying I have not seen this.
It's News 4 Nashville, WSMV, so we can.
Okay, well, first of all, when was the time that came out? Because that is not his current
February
mugshot.
9th. It says February 9th, 2022, but I'm not seeing a time right now.
Okay. But that's an old mugshot. We know that.
But down here it says 29. Okay. Right here is the paragraph I'm talking about.
I see that. That's weird, though, because on WCYB, I couldn't find it. I just looked before I came up on panel to see if they had the same information that the Rogersville Review had, since I couldn't pull up the Rogersville Review anymore.
It's okay. I'll try to look at a different,
But that is, if that's true, that would be the first time that I would see it. But it says, anyway, we do have some things cleared up for sure. He's segregated, not in solitary confinement.
Yeah.
He has to serve, he pled guilty to the DUI, which is 48 hours, got his probation revoked. His DUI, pleading guilty to it, violated his probation, which is what he got the other 158 days for. And there's no work release. Now, Ronnie Lawson is saying he has to do a DUI class. This is saying inpatient treatment. So a class would be, like I said, inside of the jail. This is saying inpatient treatment, which would be a facility which there's right up the road from Don's house is a CCS treatment center. And then there's one in called Turning Point in Johnson City, and Magnolia Ridge in Johnson City, which is the one that I went to.
See, that's what was confusing. I was like, how is he going to do an actual rehab in jail to avoid being in jail for the whole 11 months and 29 days when there's no such thing as there's no rehab in jail.
No, there's not.
I mean, jail's a temporary thing. Prison's the long-term thing. So
Right. And I'm glad that you did clarify that. I think it was last night or the night before, the reason why it was 11/29 instead of 1 year.
Oops, this is the wrong account.
I'm glad that you clarified the difference between jail and prison.
Oops, this is, yeah.
Because again, there's a huge difference between county jail and state or federal prison.
Yeah. Year and under is for jail. They don't send you to prison unless you have a year at least or more.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes actually here in Tennessee, believe it or not, they'll hold you in county and the state will pay you. The state will pay the county to hold the prisoner because of they're overpopulated at the jail. That's one of the reasons why Sullivan County Jail is so overpopulated. Now they won't admit to it, but I about guarantee it is because the state is paying the Sullivan County to keep that many prisoners. That's why it's it's the most violent jail in Northeast Tennessee, because it's so overcrowded.
Wow.
Everybody's packed in on each other like sardines, and they get mad and they fight each other like hell.
Trying to find a more
Sounds like our jail here.
find that elsewhere, stated elsewhere about that 28-day thing.
I would really be, I mean, I'm not doubting that article, but it is coming out of Nashville, which is 4.5 hours away, halfway across the state. And it's not what Jeff Bobo or Ronnie Lawson supposedly said here locally. Now, I hope, coming from recovery myself, that Don would go to a 28-day.
What's the,
I don't think 28 days, unless,
Never mind.
I don't think 28 days at CCS is going to get him where he needs to go.
Yeah.
Because I used to go into CCS on behalf of AA myself. I did every treatment facility, detox, and psych ward in Southwest Virginia, Northeast Tennessee. And CCS doesn't have the most stellar reputation for recovery rates. Having said that, it all comes down to the individual and their recovery on whether they want it. And it doesn't really matter where you go if that's the case. My best friend in recovery shit sweated and shook his way out of it in the back of a Honda Civic in a Walmart parking lot. He was living in his car. And he's, 1 month, he's got 1 month longer sobriety than I do. And we're both closing in on 7 years.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this says right here, this is WJHL. It doesn't say the 28-day thing, but it says Wells may not have to serve the full time, as he may be eligible for probation again after 180 days and the completion of an alcohol rehab program.
Okay, now that sounds like to me he has to serve the 180 and then do the inpatient rehab, which is what the other article alluded to. Now, this one is not saying an inpatient, it's just saying a rehabilitation program. They do have alcohol outpatient programs, which are...
Yeah, but they usually give you jail time, or they give you like day for that counts towards your jail time usually for inpatient. I'm surprised. I don't know.
Well, it could. It sounded like all the article says that he has to do at least 180.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And then
getting out of
after
that,
I hope that he would have to do at least a 28-day program.
Yeah. I is that enough? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was my question. Doesn't seem
Yeah.
nearly enough for him.
No.
probably not, but at least he gets to detox in jail.
Yeah.
He
Thank you.
detox,
I was going to step.
so he'll have a clear mind
Yeah,
going into
yeah.
it, and it might be beneficial.
Sure. Because let's face it, right now, I mean, if he's been drinking or, whatever he does on a daily basis, if, I couldn't imagine what it's like. I mean, I don't even think he can have cigarettes while he's in there now. So it really must be difficult.
Yeah, they smoke coffee in jail.
What's that?
They smoke coffee in jail. They like dry it on
Really?
paper or toilet paper or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, they smoke it. Like that's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
So at least that's what they were doing when I was there. Like it's been
What do you mean when you were
10
there?
years ago. Huh?
You said when you were there?
A lot of
Many
times
years
they'll do
ago,
like
huh,
they did
Ziggy?
us and-
My
Yeah.
Ziggy.
It's like 2007.
A lot of times they'll do like they did us in rehab and in the mental institutions, is they would give us decaf coffee so that we wouldn't get,
Really?
yeah, so that we wouldn't even get, stimulated or excited by caffeine. I mean, you got to figure, I mean, you're stuck in there, I was on level 3, which means you go in and the door's shut behind you and you don't get out unless you've got a key card. And you figure you're stuck in there, you're a nurse or a med staff or, a receptionist or whatever, and you're stuck in there with 25 people that are tripping out on everything from methamphetamine to heroin to alcohol withdrawal to
Wow.
all of the above, with mental issues, depression, and anxiety on top of that. They want to keep them just as bland as they can possibly keep them. They don't want those type of people getting excited.
Sure, that makes sense.
I mean, the places I went into, I mean, they took your shoelaces, they took your belt, they took everything.
They won't even give you anything for sleep. Like
Well, I went to a medically supervised detox,
oh, okay.
which was inside of our local psychiatric hospital.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about jail.
Oh, no.
Did you ever have to go to jail? Didn't you say you had to go for a short time?
A short time, yeah. I already had a bail bondsman there by the time, or my buddy got me a bail bondsman
so
there by the time they had me booked.
Oh, so you did make it into general population then?
Well, I got through into a cell, and they didn't even worry about sending me to general population because it was in the middle of the night, and they just threw me in a cell until the bail bondsman got there, and then they just got me out of the cell. And
Cool.
Esther, are you the one that sent the PayPal? somebody named Cynthia sent me a PayPal that said because I saved them from Prayer Gardens because they were about to watch Prayer Garden.
Oh, God.
I saved them, they said. Well, thank you, whoever that, to Cynthia. I'm thinking it's Esther, but I might be wrong. Sorry.
I'll definitely be interested in seeing if he does have to do a
see, that's just what
program.
confuses me, Scott. Is like these articles will say, like, oh, if he completes a rehab program, he might be able to get out of, doing a more time than the 6 months. It's like, well, when's he going to do this rehab? You know, I mean, like, how does he have that opportunity if he can't even, like.
Well, the way that I'm understanding that now is he got sentenced 11/29, a minimum of 180, and if he completes the alcohol treatment program, then he's done. If he doesn't complete that, then he has to serve the full 11/29.
Wow.
Is the way that I understand that.
Because the one time, like,
that's the reason they're giving him the opportunity to get probation at 180 days.
Yeah.
Is
he's opportunity.
Right. And the recovery court that you were talking about, Ziggy, you were correct on that. They used to call it drug court here, but it offended too many people because, oh, heaven forbid, let's not hurt anybody's feelings. So they changed it to a prettier name and called it recovery court.
Oh, cool.
And that is basically what they give you. I think it's in court terms, it's called a diversion.
Yeah, but it's only for felonies, I think. I don't think you can go for misdemeanor. I think.
They give you the opportunity to go through the recovery court procedure instead of going to jail. But if you screw up during the recovery court process, then they throw you straight into jail. And the recovery court process is like way extremely strict probation officers, basically. Like you have to do piss test, like constantly. They're random. They're scheduled. You have to go to a certain number of AA or NA meetings. You have to have a job. Basically, you have to be accounted for at every moment of time. You know what you're at and what you're doing, because
Yep.
you're supposed to be in jail, but they're giving you the
Right.
opportunity outside of jail to make something of yourself better.
Mhm.
But they monitor you pretty much just like you are in jail.
Right. Just like I can't believe I'm putting this out there, but the reason why I was wondering about his rehab and if he would, they're saying he's not going to get any type of work release, but the reason, there was a time I had to do a kind of, it was like work release where I went to jail. I just had to spend the night there because I couldn't stay freaking clean. This is in 2000, early to 2007-ish. So I violated my probation. So they allowed me to do this work release thing. It was only 2-week period, but during the day I would go to a day treatment, like rehab type thing. It was just a 2-week thing. That's all I had to do. But so I didn't know if they were going to allow him to do something like that. But it doesn't sound like anything like that's happening. So
You're hard for sharing that with us, Ziggy.
yeah, it's
No, really.
I have Scott. I have my past and addiction too, and recovery, and I'm a certified recovery specialist and stuff. So I haven't done anything with it. I just got my certification like kind of recently, but
That's awesome.
yeah, if you guys would have seen me and how I was 15, 20 years ago, you would never. I was quite different. I mean, yeah.
Can't imagine.
I know. I can't.
It started out fun. Always
Right.
starts out fun, but then your body gets used to the substance and you have to have it. There's just, thank you, KP Boss, says
Takes
Scott.
more and more money and more of the substance to get the feeling that you once had, but you have to pay higher and higher consequences for less and less effects. So basically, you're just spending money to function.
Yeah. It's horrible, horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, so sorry. I have it in my family, but I've been lucky never to, have a problem with addiction. But I honestly, my heart goes out to anyone who has, I don't know what that feels like. I couldn't imagine. But again, thank you for sharing that. Really, it just makes me respect you.
I remember like seeing my friend was addicted, and I just like, why couldn't you? Back when I first started taking pills, I would just take, it would be fun and give me a little bit of energy and stuff. But I noticed like she had to have it, and she would be like begging me for some and I'm like, what? I couldn't understand it. But yeah, it wasn't soon after that
I had my first Red Bull tonight. Am I going to get addicted to that?
Well,
I'm not joking. I did. I never even had
Hello,
it.
Ziggy.
yeah,
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Karen. It's funny because I always felt like I always had to be around people and always had to be partying and around people and stuff. But I'm so the opposite now. I like to be alone. I'm such a loner. I never thought I'd be like that. But sorry, I just want to say, Karen, real quick. I just want to thank KP. She sent a super chat and says, Scott and Ziggy, what are statistics for Dawn? Do you think? Wait, what? I don't understand. Scott, do you understand the super chat? I don't. Thank you for the information.
I do understand it. She's thinking the statistics for Don Wells having a successful recovery.
Oh, well.
When I was heavier into it, which most of y'all know, just because of my nervous system disorder, I don't drive anymore, so I have to do all of my recovery type stuff over the phone or over the computer, which is handy, but it's still not the same as being person to person.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, they said for every 100 people that went into a 28-day treatment program, 2 would remain sober. So that's 2%.
Wow.
Not very good odds.
Mm-mm.
In my experience, based off of what I've seen, Magnolia Ridge in Johnson City had a higher success rate than CCS in Kingsport, because the recovery community in Johnson City is so much stronger than it is in Kingsport, especially that end of Kingsport, which would be referred to as Sullivan Gardens, is where the treatment center is actually at, between Kingsport and Fall Branch. It's right there where you turn off of, for y'all that have done the Google Maps, it's where you turn off of Highway 93 onto Lone Star Road, which eventually turns into Beach Creek Road. Johnson City has a lot more medical facilities, a bigger, more fully staffed, more doctors, more psychiatrists, Frontier Health, Watauga Behavioral. Now, Kingsport has a behavioral center down there as well that's like the one in Johnson City, but for where Dawn lives, it's a long drive because Dawn is so remote. I know a lot of y'all, I was talking about that, have heard me talk about that state-funded program where there were Hawkins County, Hancock County, Cott County, Hawkins County, and Greene County. The state of Tennessee were wanting people like myself to go into these large counties with small populations of people and try to start up and build a stronger recovery community in their communities so more people could get help. Due to that very issue is people will go to a treatment center and then they'll go back home to their rural areas, and they may not have a car that runs good. They may not have a car, period.
Yeah.
They may not have enough money to put gas in their car to drive 30 minutes one way every day, an hour trip every day to go to an AA meeting or an NA meeting or whichever. But at the same time, they always manage to find that money to drive that same distance to go to the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the other problem that concerns me, well, not concerns me, but that I think about is, even if John is going through a, whatever we'll call it, a recovery program or what have you, unless his wife is doing the same thing, what's that going to look like, or how's that going to work?
Exactly.
And
Well, the lady that asked the question on the statistics, I gave the statistics for the rehab centers. What they put out is their statistics. My statistics are this. If you want recovery, you have a 100% chance.
That's
If
it.
you don't, you have a 0% chance.
yeah,
Because I've seen anybody in any situation, fat, skinny, black, white, poor, rich, tall, skinny, get clean and sober if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a guy for 9 years, and I decided to quit smoking. I didn't want to smoke anymore. It was a decision I made, and I quit smoking. Everything. He did not. And the minute he'd get up in the morning, he'd get high. till the time we go to bed. So of course, when I broke up with him, we were engaged. He, well, he's not alive anymore. Let's put it that
Oh.
way. Now, I was already married to my husband now. Like married to Ryan for I don't know how many years, maybe 12 years, 10, no, 12, probably 12 years, something like that already, that we were married. But it's still really like it was disturbing to find out that he died in an alley.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I remember running into him a couple times after we broke up, and like years after we broke up. He looked completely different. I actually didn't recognize him, frankly. And yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yes. Very sad.
I'm glad I didn't have any children with him.
Yeah.
So my parents were quite surprised when I brought Ryan home. What's wrong with him?
Aw.
KP Boss said, wanted to ask Scott, do celebs have better statistics at, say, a McLean's in Belmont? Oh, do you think celebs have a better chance at getting clean? I guess is what she's asking. I don't know.
No,
I want to.
I've got a friend of mine that he's extremely wealthy, and he went to the Betty Ford Institute and paid twice. And he got sober in this same little hole of wall, old laundromat that they turned into a AA meeting place.
Mm-hmm.
He spent thousands of dollars.
Wow.
He was a big time florist for all the celebrities and stuff up in New York City, and they would call him for all their fancy flower arrangements and everything, and the $1,000 bottles of champagne. And he had a really, really bad cocaine habit.
This sounds familiar.
And he went to Betty Ford twice, spent thousands of dollars. But like I said, he ended up getting sober in a half-assed remodeled laundromat in the hood in the middle of downtown Johnson City.
Because he was ready then, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it just matters when you're hit your bottom. Yeah.
He did tell me this, though, which I found was very interesting. He said that liquor did to him in 5 years what cocaine couldn't do to him in 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Like, wow.
Alcohol's a horrible drug, but that's just my opinion. It's one of the worst drugs ever. But that is only my opinion. Hippie grandma says in the Rogersville article it states Don has a .22 caliber gun.
Could that be the black powder? Is that a shotgun? Is that what it's called?
Right.
Yeah.
My understanding was he had a black powder pistol, but somebody had, or there was a .22 caliber bullet in the vehicle as well.
So it could shoot.
But they physically can't work together. You can't fire one out of the other. But they still made the charge on that.
So it was a pistol though, huh? Wow.
Yeah, well, I've got a black powder 45 here at my house that my father-in-law left me.
Wow, I didn't know there was such a thing. I'm not a gun expert, but I did not know that.
Yeah, I've got a black powder 45, but it will not shoot a 45 out of a 45 automatic.
Is that what Scott, is that what they call buckshot? Is powder
No.
the same thing?
Mm-mm.
Buckshot is what is in shotgun shells.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I
Lots of
haven't.
little pellets. Yeah.
Hey, Ziggy and Scott. In my opinion, Don has target on his back due to Summer's disappearance. Is a high-profile case, and he admitted to the essay on his stepsister. What do you both think? Yeah, for sure he has a target on his back. I don't know why why do you guys think that he's in segregation?
Cooperating.
Because, I mean, he doesn't have any charges of, any convictions of SA or anything like that, but
Yeah, but
probably because it's the public opinion that he's done something to his daughter, and there's a high chance of him getting hurt in general population.
yeah.
He has to be with the other, like,
That's
I'm
my
guessing,
thing,
right, Scott?
opinions.
You're thinking he's in a block, probably, and I'm only asking but you say you haven't spent really much. I don't know if you would really know, or if anybody up here would know. Like, he's probably in a block with other guys, right? But they're just guys who.
Well, they can do things, like, first of all, it's not a big jail. Y'all saw on the news, I guess, the
90 beds when it's full capacity, right?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure on the number of beds, but it's not a huge jail. So they could put him on one end and the other one's on the other end.
Yeah.
And then like let the majority of the population out to eat, put them back in their cells and let Don come out, or, let everybody exercise, put them back in their cells, then let Don come out. I mean, there's ways that they can work around. And he may be in a group, but there are people down there. It wouldn't surprise me that would love to be able to go home and tell their buddies that they beat the shit out of Don Wells in jail.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Just so they could say that they beat the shit out of Don Wells.
Right.
For no other reason, regardless of what they believed he did or didn't do.
Have you heard of Kingston Penitentiary?
What was that?
Have you guys heard in America? Have you heard of our Kingston Penitentiary? It's closed now. It was right along the border.
What of Canada and United States? I haven't heard of it, but
no,
they've closed it. It was our apparently our worst penitentiary, and I was close friends with somebody that came back from a peacekeeper, if you will, because Canada wasn't in the war, right? We were peacekeepers. And I'm being sarcastic. I don't believe that they were peacekeepers at all, because he came back totally psycho and did some bad things and ended up in Kingston Penitentiary and was in solitary confinement for 8 years. So that's because he wouldn't cooperate. And he did something pretty bad. He didn't kill anybody, but he robbed what's it called? A Brinks truck.
Yeah, an armored car. Robbed an armored
And then went on the
Kind
run.
of a death wish, huh?
And he got away. He ended up going overseas, and he has a dual citizenship, and he ended up being caught in it took a couple months, but he was caught in another country. And
So he got away for just a couple of months.
yeah. And it took a while for me to really even learn about all this stuff, because he was such a different person at that point. But he was, because I met him in business in suits. I didn't meet him as a military person. I didn't meet him as whatever he was in military. But yeah, so I find all this stuff out, and it was rather uncomfortable. But he talked about it with me, and the reason he was in solitary confinement was because he wouldn't talk. He wouldn't give up the other people that were with him that were involved in this whole plot and scheme, and they had to rob this truck in order to fund this whole thing. But there's I believe it's true. I know it's true because I'm not going to put him out there or anything, but I do know it's true because he's shown me a book about it and stuff like this. And my husband was the one that told me in the first place. So you can imagine my husband not wanting me to be friends with this person. But yeah, so that was a situation where he wouldn't talk. And so that's got to be different than what Don's doing. Like he was in his situation for punishment in a prison in Canada.
Yeah, right. That's prison versus jail, I guess, like we were saying earlier, right? That his sentence obviously was. I'm thinking it was a long one. Yeah.
He ended up spending literally 8 years, but so he probably was sentenced to 16 then, right? But he served 8. But he in Canada it's 2 years or more. Then you go to the pen. If you're 2 years less a day,
you have to
you're still jail.
Okay. 2 years, you said?
2 years less a day, you're in jail. 2 years,
Wow.
you're in.
I don't know if it's anything like here in America, but jail is like way worse than prison.
Yeah.
Prison is way worse than jail.
That would be spending a year in jail. That's, I guess prisons. I don't know. I've never been to prison, but I've always heard that prison's like way better because it's meant for long timers, people that are going to be there for a while, and they're allowed to buy like all
in
kinds
Canada.
Yeah, that's where you got the murderers.
They don't have in jail.
I don't know.
This is back in 1989, so the laws might have changed since. But in Canada, my long-term high school boyfriend. Okay, I'm not this person anymore, you guys. Just so you know, I'm not a killer or anything like that. But
boyfriends, though. No, I'm kidding.
I married the right one. Completely the opposite.
One's the charm.
So I was 18 and he was a few years older than me, but we'd been going out all through high school. He was on his 3rd DUI, and he had to spend weekends in not a penitentiary. He had to spend it in a jail, but it was 45 minutes away from the little city that we lived in. So I'd have to drive him there on, I'd have to, like after school on Friday, I'd have to drive him there because he'd need to be there by such and such time. And then I'd stay at my grandmother's house of all places Sunday night so that I could drive him and I back before he'd have to work in the morning. His 2nd DUI, he had, so that was his 3rd when he had to actually go to jail and do, I don't even remember how many weekends it was. But on his 2nd DUI, his license was only given back to him for the purpose of, this is when our province was just getting cable TV installed through the little towns and whatnot. And he worked for them, so he had to drive the cable van. And so he was permitted to drive Monday to for working purposes only, and that vehicle only. That was let me see. Oh, they were back to back because I remember in '88 he bought a Jeep, a brand new Jeep, and I got to drive it because he lost his license right away. And that was his second one. And then the third one is when was right after the second one was back, like when he got his license back. So that's what happened that was in like 89 though, 88, 89. So I don't know if it's changed at all for driving while impaired. But he wasn't robbing things.
Just me says, my daughter says the guards just watch the fights if it's someone they don't like. Yeah, I mean, guards are humans just like anybody else. Even anybody, you have to remember we're all flawed humans. So yeah, they're all the time you get guards who will purposely not see something, or they might even encourage stuff. It just, there's always misfits in every walk of life and profession.
Mm-hmm.
Just like addiction can, does not why can't I even think of the word? Scott, help me out. Does not what did he say?
Not prejudice.
Define you. Define you.
Or no, it doesn't. Like, anybody can become an addict. Prejudice. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, what profession you're in. It does not discriminate.
Discriminate.
So, like, just like bad people can be in any walks, even any profession and stuff. So yeah, you'll get guards who at prisons and jails who they'll they'll sleep with inmates. Yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Bring in drugs.
I've heard of somebody else who made that comment about when we were talking about the prisoners, that might want to whip him just to say they whipped him. Somebody said, just wait till one of the guards get a hold of him that don't like him or feel a certain way about him or something.
Yeah, that could totally
very
happen.
True,
Yeah, it could totally happen.
Ziggy, I had to step out of the room and so I didn't catch the last part about what you figured out with Dawn's dismissed courts and stuff.
Oh yeah, we pulled it up. It's just you have to pull up the whole, all his charges and stuff. All the other charges were dismissed except the DUI. So when he got pulled over for his DUI, he also got he didn't have a current registration. It was expired. He didn't have insurance. So all those little charges were dismissed, but not the DUI.
Okay.
Correct.
So yeah, I don't know why it was showing that, but no, he did in fact get charged. He does have a DUI on his background now, or he does.
And it does show that he is in jail for a reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't just say dismissed or whatever.
Even back when he got arrested and they listed his charges, he only had the DUI and the violation of probation as fines. The open container, the registration, and the insurance didn't show an amount for a fine. So they weren't really even charging him there. So he wasn't really even going to court for that. He was just going for the DUI and the parole violation or probation violation.
Yeah, will he be the N-word Don or the Bible Don?
Right?
Well, it matters. He'll probably, whatever way he has to survive in there, I guess. Who knows? He's a chameleon.
I did see also Crime Watch is in here in chat. She's the young lady that gave me permission to stream her live.
Oh.
Real time that day.
Oh, yeah, that's her. Yes. Hey, Crime Watch.
Go over to her channel. She has got a lot more than what I streamed, because my stream actually crashed after 18 minutes. But she actually shows how big Hawkins County Courthouse and the jail is. You
So
know,
I
Yeah.
learned to hear from you, Scott. So I went in there. I first saw Scott's thing because Scott put his title as jail. I was like, oh, and I knew to hurry and click on it because I was distracted with something else and I totally had forgot, Dawn's report had even happened yet. Then I saw Scott's like notification pop up, and I'm glad you titled it the way you did because it caught my eye. And I saw that you were streaming her, and yeah, I went over there and checked her out. So I found out about her from you.
Just Crime Watch.
He was actually on the news when the cameraman for, I guess, one of the news stations, I can't remember which one now, was panning around there. They actually was filming Crime Watch filming. It was funny.
How come
It was
I can't find Crime Watch under this?
I'll try to find them. I'm looking right now. I would love to know who was yelling like, "Oh, exploiting Summer Wells." I want to know who was out there at the courthouse yelling that at her. Probably freaking Dawn. I bet Dawn Keller is probably one
Actually,
of them.
I've got her channel was small at the time. I think she said she only had like 13 subscribers, which she has way more than that too, but I don't think it's showing up in the algorithm. Hang on just a minute, since you've got me modded tonight.
Okay, cool.
I can actually drop her link.
Yeah, okay.
Excellent.
Because I've got her in my.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, because when I don't see it.
Yeah, you're right though. If you change your YouTube name, he's right. It will do that. It makes it harder to find it. Like,
okay.
I've noticed that because I sometimes, and even if you search somebody's like old YouTube name, it will pull up their like new ones sometimes too.
You've always been Ziggy though, right?
Yeah, I've always been Ziggy, and there's a lot of other Ziggies. But if you that's what's cool about just having a name, like a short name, or one that's something that's like catchy, But Ziggy, if you search Ziggy, it doesn't come up to like the norm, like just anybody, because there's tons of them. But if
there's only one Ziggy as far as I'm concerned, and I am on her panel.
Well, if you search it, it will probably pop right up because it's an algorithm thing. But
was that you, the Ziggy, the mod, the other day?
The mod where?
Crap, I can't even remember which channel.
Oh yes, over at Shares.
Are you sure it's you?
Oh, it Shares.
Yes, that was it. That was you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Making
on Voices
sure.
Behind me and Cher are cool now. We kind of like settle our differences and stuff. It's been a while. But
you brought a new.
What had happened though is this account is blocked on her channel, and we were like on FaceTime trying to figure out how to get it. It wouldn't. She was showing me where she was trying to unblock me, and it just did not work. Her and Mark were trying to, so I have to use my backup channel account in her lives if I want to comment or something.
Yeah, and I was just in chat, and Ziggy commented to me that it's really her, and
it was getting Ziggy with it. Sure? So if you guys see me in Shares, it's getting Ziggy with it. That's really me.
I subscribed to that just because I saw you had it as your backup. So yep.
Yeah, I need to start using it for something. I'm going to be moving I will be for sure using it here soon because I'm moving all my products from my office this month. I have to, because my lease ends with the office this month and I don't want to extend it. So I'm going to like clear out a bunch of my products I have, and I'm going to do it really cheap. And I figured we could do a sale on my backup channel. And I'll use PayPal to invoice everybody, so that way it's like safe and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thinking about
Canada.
Huh? Yeah, I
Can you
ship to Canada. Canada's not that expensive to ship to, really.
So
It
it's
matters,
not
like, it's only a little bit more. Yeah, I ship to Canada. I've
Yeah.
done that before.
okay. 'Cause
Cool.
I
Work
have
it out. It's just like if I've shipped to. There's a lady I shipped to over. She's in Northern Ireland. I ship
wow.
to her all the time. She purchases off me, but she pays. So that's the thing. If it's out of the country, then yeah, shipping is going to be a little bit more. But usually, I just do like a flat rate shipping. When I do sales, like I used to do list a lot of products at once, and on Facebook and stuff.
Then I'll wait and buy my high-end things from you because I have to buy.
Okay.
It's been COVID. I
Yeah, it will
haven't been out of the
definitely
house.
be within like the next month for sure.
Excellent.
We'll
Yeah, I'll
post.
do
I have
that.
to pick a PG. Oh, really, Mama G? Wasn't Scott H going to check on something?
Yeah,
What?
he was going to get us the link, but someone Penny.
Oh,
Yeah, Lady CG actually had it before me, and then I
oh,
dropped it below her. So,
and I got it from
and
Jenny Penny. So thank you.
and then I was going to say, then I saw Jeannie Penny do it. So,
I would have
So
never found it though
in
because
chat somewhere.
yeah, it's not doesn't come up when
oh, somebody else sent me another article.
yeah, Ziggy, I may have to miss out on your makeup sale there, but
Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna be on
I
the
give
back.
you 100% support. But
Hey, I'll have skincare too.
all right.
Some guys are super into skincare and stuff like that. I have some. Do you use Duke Cannon? I have a bunch of Duke Cannon products. That's
Like, look at the makeup Don Wells could have used right there.
well. This is another. This is News Channel 9. Is that WCYB? Somebody sent me this and says in here it mentions the 28 days too. So
is
I'm
that
just
a
looking.
current pic? Is that a current pic? Pretty current?
Of Don.
Yeah.
That's his.
No.
That's not his current
No.
mugshot. His current mugshot, he's giving him at like the side eye. You can
The side eye, yeah.
yeah.
Side eye and orange.
Who knows? Was this his last arrest? Probably. Can't keep them all straight.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
just looking
I
here.
think that was his DUI.
Oh, this does say something about 28 days,
Okay.
but I don't know. This is who the last article we looked at. I think this is this the let's see, WCYB. The last article we had up though referenced this article or this WCYB, so I don't know. The last article got their information from this, so that might be why.
Right.
Because it said it's
WCYB is WJHL is they have headquarters in Kingsport and Johnson City. WCYB has theirs up in Bristol. So they cover the northern part of Northeast Tennessee.
yeah.
I guess you would say Bristol is like the state line runs through Bristol. There's Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So WCYB actually covers more of that area up in there.
Yeah.
But
So
not to say that they're not valid. I mean, I stand to be corrected for sure.
WJHL is the one that would be probably the most. I mean, you would think it would be the most accurate because it's closest, but
yeah,
I don't know if that'd be correct or not.
I have to go stoke my fire. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay. Somebody emailed me a question. They said, I know of a 15-year-old female who helped a dealer pick up drugs. And speaking with her, it's my understanding that adult users will use minors to do drug money exchanges because minors usually get a slap on the wrist for possession of drugs. If convicted with a large amount of drugs in their possession, minors may just be held in juvenile hall until they're 18 and their records will never be known. I wonder if H was doing a drug purchase for Candace on June 15th.
Precisely. That's my opinion.
That's something somebody sent me, so just now.
I didn't send that to you, but that's something that is definitely high on my spidey sense.
Is that she was using him for something that day, I feel like.
Why else did he
Some
end up
way.
with
In
her,
some way.
with grandma and the narcotics, right?
Yeah, so
There's a reason.
yeah, there's a reason she had and I mean, unless she was either had a thing for him or she needed him for something that day wanted to use him as some kind of scapegoat of some kind, or
There was a
cover
purpose
up.
for him, hey? In my opinion.
Huh?
In my opinion, there was a purpose for almost
Yes.
everything that day. There was a purpose for contact with Hunter when the contact with that family, like the two families, broke, but it happened to pick up that day, the same day that Summer goes missing, the same day or got gone, the same day that grandma was getting medication, all that stuff. It's too convenient. Also, Summer in the water, the things that we've heard about their bathing situation, you could look at Summer having a little swim as a little bath, or it could also be looked at as ritualistic. Now that's totally conspiracy, right? But water is ritual. I can't speak, sorry.
I know that seems a little far fetched for Candy.
I did.
No, respectfully.
Kristen, I'm trying to find. You sent me a video. Where's the video at?
And that doesn't. I think that Summer was getting clean. She was having a bath in the lake for what was coming next.
Hmm.
What do you guys think of that?
I don't. That doesn't really jive for me.
But
Yeah, I'm not.
Is it if Summer was there was something that was going to happen with Summer that afternoon, that evening, they would need her clean for it. They would want her to be presented in a good way. Well, at home they don't bathe or shower or whatever is what is alleged, right? So what better way than to have this kid freshen up, put her in the lake? Unless that lake is more slough, Scott. I don't know.
I think they went there a lot with, or, they oftentimes went there to go swimming.
It's just something I thought of because she also put her in her first, her, like I remember school outfits and take them off as soon as you get home. Like, put on your old clothes, kids. Right. Whereas Summer was allowed to wear her first day of school clothes on June 15th. That's pretty that in my household would have been special for me to be able to wear my first day of school clothes early.
Well, it's nothing new to go swimming in that lake. I'm here to tell you, it's a state park.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I
mean, you can rent paddle boats. You can those stand-up surfboards. People go water skiing. I've kayaked in it. I couldn't tell you how many times. They go fishing. They go skiing, jet skiing.
As a child, I grew up at a lake. We had our cottage was actually our house, and we had to take the bus to school, and it was on a lake where we lived. So that was my childhood years. So I very much understand. But we had a septic tank and well water and the water heater, like a small water heater, right? So I'm just thinking that we bathed obviously, but and we didn't bathe in each other's water. We didn't shower together nor anything like that. But with what's said to have happened there, that, you know, they don't clean up very much and they shower together and whatever. That might have been a way to make it so, like, 2 in 1. Just a thought. I'm just trying to get the why to everything. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, the ritual stuff, I don't like, that's something I don't believe either. It was something that, like, just talking, right? But I don't believe that. I believe something very much
Is
different.
that a giraffe?
Somebody sent me this picture. I'm not sure who this is. I don't know what this is, but they sent it to me.
It looks like a giraffe. No.
Yeah, it's like it's from. I can tell it's from
Woo!
Lips.
Is that the one
Live.
the lady was
Oh,
saying was
Lips.
PG?
Oh, is that what they're trying to say?
Oh, I don't know. I was just wondering. That was
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, if that's what they were trying to say. Okay. I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Listen,
Okay.
what does she say? all the time?
Kristen, that video is 10 minutes long. That's why I don't play it on here, because I can't just play it straight through. But I did watch that last night. I watched this video last night that you suggested. And it was pretty good. I love this reporter room. She is so good. She's definitely underrated. She's gonna shoot up in subscribers for sure.
Oh, is it Ziggy?
She's gonna have lots of subscribers. She's gonna become. Her name's the Reporter Room.
Oh, okay.
The way she does, you can tell she's a professional. Cool.
Is she new, or is she just new to the Summer Wells case?
Well, she only has a few thousand subscribers. Let me see here under about. This shows that she joined in August 21st of 2021. So, and she's a trusted member of the Society of Professional Journalism. She says she's an investigative journalist and verified on Twitter as a journalist. Okay. So yeah, she just started in August.
Okay.
But yeah.
I haven't seen her yet.
Well, I can play a little bit of her, because she is. Somebody was wanting me to play. She's good. This is a video here. We'll play it.
Looks like she has a fair amount of content.
Yeah.
That was an image to me. Okay. So, who was it? Somebody close to the family, or that told you that, or was it? No, these Candace. So Candace told you that Hunter went back to the house that day. Hunter was with her at the house that day.
Welcome to Reporter Room, where we seek truth and justice. My name is Jessica Della Davies. I'm an investigative journalist. Today we're going to discuss June 15th, the day Summer went missing. And we're going to talk about the swim at the Warriors Path State Park. This is the day that Summer disappeared. Did Allie lie about seeing Summer when Candace dropped off H on June 15th? Candace has always stated that Allie did not come out to the car that day. Allie appeared on Unmasked and detailed going out to Candace's car. She said that normally Summer would wake up and give her a hug, but on that day, she didn't. Was Allie covering for H? Let's go back and consider a text message that surfaced a couple of months ago, purportedly from Grandis to a friend. And shortly, I'm going to share 5 critical questions that must be answered, so please stay with me. Everything I'm about to share with you today is my opinion, and opinions are not facts, so please don't send any negativity to anyone, anytime, anywhere. Let's be kind and compassionate to each other. Also, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so I know you were here. If you haven't watched my video on 5 things Dr. Phil did not tell you, you will want to see that because it gives you important background information into this case, and I will link it for you in the description below. So let's look at that text message again. The text message read, Hun, Some, I, and Candace were planting flowers. That's how it started. So Hun, I assumed, was the person that they're addressing in the text message. However, in the context of what we are now learning, that Allie may not have been truthful in her description of seeing Summer on June 15th when H was dropped back off at her home. Let's look at the text message again. Looking at Hun being part of the people who were picking flowers. Some is Summer, I, and Candace. So I would be Grandis, and Candace were picking flowers. At the time this surfaced, I assumed that Hun was a term of endearment, and that's why I thought that that's who the text message was addressing. However, it appears now that Hun may actually have been H. So is H more involved than what we originally thought, or was he brought on the outing on June 15th to be a convenient patsy, a fall guy for Dawn and Candace? Many
Okay, I paused it because I didn't want to just play
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
video through, but she's good. And that's what she talks about in this video in that text, because I guess that was between Emma and Grandis, right? I think is what she says in that video, those texts where it says Hun, Some.
And what she says
Candace and
makes
I.
sense. I just always have a problem, like when someone shows a screen and like believing like whether or not it actually is the people that they say it is. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so easy to,
Right. Right, to make
Yeah. Thank you. That's
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
Well, I was going to
true.
say immediately when I first saw that,
Mhm.
as soon as I got to Some, I immediately thought Hunter.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My mind immediately went there, and this was,
oh,
back
absolutely, 100%.
way back when Emma put it out. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Hunter, Summer, I, and Candace, and I was like, well, there you go. Now we've learned, all of us have learned so much more since then, but it's still strange.
I know.
I don't think Hunter was there. I really
Yeah.
don't. But it is strange for that to be
You
in
think it
that
was a
text
mess
message
up
that
and
way.
a story, like maybe she just messed up and accidentally it's because it probably, the flowers thing probably never happened, and it's probably just
Right.
some story that they put together. Maybe she just accidentally
Right.
said Hunter when she wasn't supposed to, because it's
Well,
not the truth. And
they had been hanging out all day too, so
Yeah.
it could have been, and I'm not saying anything about anybody elderly, but we don't know what kind of memory. I mean, my mom, she'll be fussing at my son for something, and hell, she'll call him my dad's name, my name, my sister's name, my
Yeah.
aunt's name, everybody before she finally gets down to his name.
yeah, I don't think that was ever, I never looked at that either as a term of endearment. I always immediately thought it meant Hunter also.
Yeah, I sure did.
So back in the
If
day,
you would have spelled out Summer, I would have thought term of endearment.
right.
But
Right. That makes
I
sense.
mean, that just kind of gave, kind of a maybe possibly a
Yeah.
pattern of text habits,
Mhm.
Some people, they'll go, sometimes you can tell who's texting, on whether they go LOL or ha.
Yep.
There's different little tales about how each other, whether they use punctuation, whether they don't, whether they start their text like a with a capital
Right.
letter, like you were going to write a sentence, or whether they start with a lowercase letter. I mean, there's just
Right. The context.
Yes.
Yeah.
Context of the whole. Yeah.
So-
So
So who were the two parties texting or messaging?
Emma and Grandis. So Emma from Crime Stories
Yep.
Obsessed
Mm-hmm.
and Grandis, even though Grandis would never admit that was really her.
Yeah.
But
right. Yeah.
a list of kids. Yeah, my mom used to go down the list of kids before she got to my name. Right?
Yeah. Same.
I
That's
do
what
that
I'm.
with my cats.
My mom does that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes we'd get named the pets' names too. You know? Or the pets would get named our names. You know. It would,
Yep. I like to leave people wondering if I think they're funny by not saying LOL or haha. Why did you change your name to Sarah Me?
I saw that the other day. I didn't think to ask, but I
Just
thought it in
curious.
my mind. But
Didn't Jenna say Hunter went back to the house, but I became leery of what to believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she was playing at the beginning of that video we were just watching on the reporter room. That was Jenna speaking at the very beginning. And Jenna tried to say that she was told that H was there at the house that day. I don't know.
well,
I would think that the police would be able to tell with like GPS. I know that cell signal is horrible out there and stuff, but with GPS, and I would think.
It would show he's not at his girlfriend's place or his girlfriend's
I would
field
think
or
he
whatever,
would.
right?
No, but
If it's not there, then if it was there, then that means he wasn't out at Candace's.
Arkansas said, I saw that text message shared on Facebook for the first few days as Summer went missing, and I don't think it was to Emma. Oh, okay. So was those messages not between Emma and Grandis? I thought.
okay, Emma may have possibly gotten a hold of them from whoever they were between.
Let's see.
Possibly.
Let me see here if it says in this. Yeah, it doesn't say.
Lady, that's funny.
I thought it was between. It was Emma, is what people are saying. It was to little Candace floated. What? It was on a Facebook page. I think he was there because why would Candace just randomly say, "No, H, you're not coming to the house. You're going home," like she told Chris at the lake interview. Yeah, she wanted to point out that he wasn't coming there, so.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking that Hunter was involved for the drugs, in my opinion, if anything. Not.
Yeah, I know it's like, but also like what was, like he's at that age, like if Candace was trying to do anything to him or with him and inappropriate, like I don't know.
For that, yeah.
I think he would be into it, right?
Yeah, because
At that
he's a boy and at that age. So hopefully she wasn't taking advantage of that. And that's why giving him alcohol and stuff, it's gross.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. You're right.
They even asked if they were off the shits that day. I saw that somewhere where somebody asked, "Were you off the shits?" And I was like, "That's a weird statement." But
ask what that means.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was just going to ask what that means.
I guess messed up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Stuff that makes you go to the bathroom as soon as you inject it.
like
Mhm.
being like, were you messed up? Like, were you high? Were you fucked up?
Okay.
Sorry, I don't like saying that word, but yeah, that's what I think that's what it's supposed to mean. But that's just me taking it at just a guess.
That would be hip
Like,
lingo. I would figure that to be a day for Imodium, but
Do you remember
Can I
Emma got
ask
Grandis
a
to talk via Facebook and everyone was doubting her, but it was Grandis. Yep. Can you imagine he was a minor? He's acting like he was 21 and over. Yeah, but it's weird when they don't even have teenage boy children.
Right.
So she got hit at the main road, not on the road. Freaked down to his body and hit it. Well, if she was hit, I would think that there would be some signs of that, but
Yeah.
I guess it's possible to have just internal damage and no signs of that, but
what do you guys, I'm not, without stating my own opinion, I'm curious to know what others think of the situation of having somebody that's that 28-year-old person on those charges that is accessible to Summer when he's 2 minutes away.
wait, the who?
The junior, Don Jr.
yeah.
He,
The Shervy? The Sherv?
yeah, the 28-year-old guy that he was charged for uploading
Yeah, with the CP.
over 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was he sending them? Who does he know? Why was he sending them? Who was he taking them of?
Excuse me.
I don't know if he was taking them.
Yeah, Ziggy,
He was?
the way they found him, well, I've read two different articles. Because, see, that's in Bluntville, Tennessee, where Evelyn Boswell, little baby Evelyn,
Yeah.
which is in the other direction from me. I would live somewhere in between-ish Summer's house and Evelyn Boswell's house.
Mhm.
So both of them are like really close. From what I've seen from that gentleman, because see, Donald Sherfy Sr., the guy on the road on Molly's video.
Yep.
I graduated high school with him.
Oh, wow.
So I knew exactly who it was.
So
And
interesting from your perspective, Scott. I'm so interested.
the reason that I put in my post, I did just a short little video so Molly wouldn't strike me. And I acted like I couldn't hear his last name. I said, what was his name again? I don't have earphones or earbuds. And I actually had a nice subscriber offer to meet me that she lives in Bristol with a brand new pair of Beats. But what I was doing was I wasn't wanting to directly insinuate that his son was guilty of anything to do with Summer.
Right.
But I wanted people to look. So when they started listening, the first person that named the name correctly, I said, bingo. And then other people started, some would get close to it and I would be like close, and then bingo, somebody would hear it right. And then the people in my group did their own due diligence. And within 30 minutes, the whole chat knew everything that I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Because his son doesn't live that far away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they said he was like 8 minutes from where Evelyn Boswell was or something, trying to make that tie, which is ridiculous. Yeah, Lip Like No More is saying it was great. I mean, they were on it. And as soon as you Google his name, it pops up his son and what his son is charged with.
Wow.
And then everybody was like, holy shit. And they started doing the connections. And the next day I did a live and kind of explained it all out. Relationships with how Donald Sherfy was down there, what ties there was, and so forth. And my
I've been
thoughts
at so many
are,
doctor's appointments. I missed that. That was What did you call that one, Scott?
I can't remember. I put that private video back up. I hope Molly doesn't come back and strike it, but I put it back
I know
up.
there was one I made a comment to. And it was, but anyway, go ahead.
There were 2 articles, Ziggy,
Mhm.
that one of them said that he was using Snapchat and Grindr. The other said Snapchat and some other social media thing. Maybe it was TikTok. I don't know. But that's the way that the authorities were able to find him, because what he was doing allegedly, this is what he's charged with, is convincing minor children
Mhm.
to send him pictures of themselves over these social media apps, explicit pictures.
Mhm. Okay.
He downloaded those, and then that's one thing to download and look at pictures. Here's the bad part. He took those pictures that he got from minor children and uploaded them. So not only is viewing child pee is one thing, creating child pee,
Oh, he was sending it out.
something entirely different.
Yeah. I was talking to my husband about, okay, I'm just going to be blunt here with Ziggy, right? Talking to my husband about it. My husband works with sex offenders. That's his career. My husband is works on the registry. He is not, let's be clear, he is not a sex offender. He is on the justice side of it. So, you know, he has a whole lifetime career of this, knowing about this stuff. So, of course, he pays attention to this case, and he and I talk. Of course, we're Canadian, so he doesn't have access to anything in America, but he's got knowledge as far as education and life experience and everything. And to what you're saying, Scott, he uploaded those pictures. He sent them. Who received them? Who?
Well, see, I'm guessing that's part of the investigation, but that's how they found Donald Sherfy Jr. was through his IP address, finding. They were able to go back and look and see these pictures coming into his IP address,
Mhm.
and then that content going back out on his IP address. So I would imagine that probably is part of the investigation, is figuring out where it was going as well. You know, I guess that's something that TBI is probably, you know, keeping close to the rest, so they can see if the people, if it goes to, if they in turn are distributing it as well, you know,
Yeah.
a larger and larger network.
Yeah. Where money.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like a much higher charge.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's one thing. I mean, no, it's not. It's different, because like child crimes are like way worse than anything, in my opinion.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
But it's like when, you know, it's one thing to buy drugs and be in possession of them, but to sell them is like a much higher charge. It's kind of like, yeah. Even though it's like, yes, child stuff is like way.
If you want to talk
way
statistics,
worse.
If you want to talk, I'm not feeling well right this last couple of weeks. Statistics, they would be that this guy would, or not this guy, but a guy that is doing that escalates. Statistically, there we go. And I'm sorry I didn't even realize when I was saying his job, I didn't realize. Well, it's a job description, right? It's actually on his name tag. So there you go.
Oh, it's fine. Where was? Oh, hey, Lavender Moon. Oh no, Scott, you're the guy up here, the man on the panel. She's gonna want you to say her name. Every time there's a guy that comes up on panel, Lavender Moon always wants them to say her name.
I think I did her name that night. We were doing all
Oh,
getting
okay.
up and being silly. I think I remember her.
Watch the episode from Crime Watch called 5 Things Dr. Phil Didn't Tell Us. It's so good. Yeah, I think I watched that actually. I think I did watch that. Things.
No, that was I can't remember now. Anyway, that was fun. I was just thinking back. That was a fun night. Kept up being silly.
Yeah. Lavender Moon said, she was like, nope, you most certainly did not, Scott. So she feels like, okay, sure, say it, Scott. Oh no. Yeah.
I just thought Jenny Penny's
I
out there.
shouldn't have said anything.
I always love your chat, Ziggy, because it's like somebody said in a different one of your streams that it's like cheers. You come in and it's Norm. You see everybody,
Yeah. I was trying to look up that video that Crime Watch because I'm pretty sure I'm having a hard time finding the Crime Watch wasn't that the one where we're going to put it in the chat?
I got it from Jenny Penny.
Oh.
The link.
Let's see.
Yeah, that lady, she has I don't know her real name and don't really want to because you know how vicious the internet could be. But actually, I think I did see her real name one time, but we'll call her Crime Watch. I think she's really got the potential to do very well. I don't know what she does for a living, but she seems to be like comfortable with. It was her first live, but she seemed like she was, comfortable just like, doing it.
Adding somebody on Fortnite real quick. Amanda1234, who's in chat, emailed me. I'm trying to add her. So, but I am about to get off here in a second.
That's
I
cool.
can't tell how long.
I said I'll go ahead and drop down and let you finish up your show and stuff. Thank you for pulling that Rogersville Review article up.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming up.
Hopefully we've got a lot of rumors and misunderstandings and stuff, and because I know you've got a lot of people from out of the country that can't get our news articles because the way their internet works and stuff like that, and just the rumor mills and stuff like that. So thank you again as always for having me up, and it's glad to be up with you guys on the panel.
Thank you. It was great.
Lavender Moon is really sad that you're getting down, but thanks for coming up.
I'm going to say thank you as well, Ziggy. It was great being up on the panel tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you
guys.
Sleep well.
Have a good night, Lavender Moon.
There you go, Lavender Moon. He said it.
Night, everyone.
See, good night, guys.
Good night, Ziggy. Good night, Scott. Good night, chat.
Good night. Ziggy just said that because I came in here. No, I'm not, Arkansas. That's not why. At all. Thank you, everyone, for asking chat tonight. Be sure to hit the like. Oh, thank you, Liplock. There you go. There's the Crime Watch. I'll have to check that out, actually. I'm going to hit it on my... trying I wish the freaking StreamYard makes things a little bit difficult sometimes. Like I can't hit links. What did that just say? I came in and now you're leaving. I know, Avenduner. I'm sorry. It says I've been on for 6 hours and 44 minutes, but I know that's not right. I don't know how long I've been on because it's, I think, 3 hours. I think, but I was just about to get off here, but I think somebody wants to come up real quick.
Hey,
Hey.
Ziggy.
Hey, I was just about to get off here,
Really
but
I know I heard you, and I'm sorry, but I just wanted to hop up here real quick and tell you how much I love you, and I love watching you. And
oh, that's so nice. Thank
my
you.
light was brighter, so you can see I've never been up on anyone's panel before. I chat sometimes, but anyways, I'm not going to keep you. I just wanted to let you know how much I love and support you, and I love watching you. And yeah, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I don't want to keep you.
Night too. That's so nice. Thank you. I'm glad I added you.
All right, guys, that's it. Y'all have a good night.
Bye. That was so sweet. I know. How does she look so good this late at night? I know she looked beautiful. I think that she goes under, I don't know if she goes under what did I say? Molly is Ziggy's life coach. No, is she under Laura McKinney on here? I know I've seen her in the chats. But I thought it was something else McKinney. If you're in the chat, well, no, I don't want her to do that if she's driving, because I just wanted to see what her name is in the chat. I'm sitting here, Amanda. I'm trying to add you, Amanda1234 on Fortnite. Oh, there she is. That's right. Oh yeah, I see her all the time. That's right. I'm actually on a road trip to Alabama. That was so sweet for you to come up here like that. That was really nice. I keep saying that, but it was really thoughtful. So, all right, guys, I will see you Friday evening. Talk to you soon.